The officials, ball in the air, won by Memphis. Off we go from Fort Worth as Memphis shoots to our right. Colby Rogers handles it with a left-handed dribble between the rings. Give it off to P.J. Haggerty on the left side, trying to bounce it to Danger. On the give and go, it skitters out of bounds, and a turnover by Memphis to start the game.
Danger didn't get out of the roll quick enough. Haggerty saw the bounce pass between the pick and roll, but wasn't able to deliver it on time.
Rocco Koji picks up Jabari McGee full court, now backs off as McGee crosses the timeline. Shooting to our left. Vasquez jabs with the right on the right wing, jabs again, now launches a three off the front of the rim, and the rebound secured by Memphis. Rogers hustling left to right up the near side. Into the corner. Okoji, good look for three from the corner, and he buries it. Memphis up 3-0.
Okoji has to keep it simple. He's not asked to do a lot because he's playing with Rogers and Haggerty, but if he can keep it simple, he'll have success. Good three right there.
Just his sixth made three of the season in 13 attempts. Playing a lot more this week already because of the injury to Dante Harris, and starting today for the injured Tyrese Hunter. Lendeborg handles up top for UAB. 8 on the timer against the smaller Okoji. Lendeborg barrels toward the cup. Feeds it to Christian Coleman from the left side. Layup no good, but a foul.
That's what I've been so impressed with when I watch this man, Big Yaks, play. His ability to be able to drive, but he's not always looking for a shot. I mean, he can really pass. His vision, typically guys who average the amount of points he averages with the production that he produces at, they already have one thing in mind. But when you look at him, when you look at Haggerty, both of these guys can really pass the ball and set their teammates up for success.
There's a reason that UAB runs their offense so often through Lendeborg, who nails the first free throw to put UAB on the board. So skilled at his size, and there's a reason now he's in the NBA draft conversation.
He has to be. And whenever you look at a guy that puts up the numbers that he puts up, when you talk about him and Cooper Flagg are the only players in college basketball to lead their teams in those five statistical categories that we named earlier. I mean, there's no other choice but to insert his name into NBA draft conversation.
Coleman at the line, one more, just a 66% foul shooter. Bends his knees, lets it go. Second one too strong, and the rebound from Danger. Memphis up 3-1 with the ball. We played just over a minute in the American Championship game. Haggerty barks out the call, points with his right hand, wants a screen from Danger, starts right, heads left, gives it to Okoji, driving left baseline, bounce it to Jourdain, off his hands, out of bounds. Memphis turns it over.
The time Okoji got it just a little sped up. He thought he saw Jourdain on the backside to deliver the bounce pass. A little too low. He has to be a little bit more under control. The key thing, Ted, Okoji doesn't get a lot of minutes, doesn't have a lot of experience. That's why he has to keep it simple.
Penny Hardaway loves his defense. That's why he's earned some minutes, but this is a huge role today in the starting lineup. UAB brings it across with Jabari McGee. Waist-high left-handed dribble, followed by Okoji. Now Jourdain picks him up on the switch. To Coleman at the right elbow, shovel it back to McGee. McGee, foul line jumper on the way, and he bangs it through to tie the score at 3.
He can get to his mid-range. Only 66% of his buckets come at the rim, but he's a more than capable shooter, especially getting to that midi.
Okoji between the circles, left-handed dribble, bounce it to a cutter. Haggerty, way strong. Danger, offensive rebound going up, blocked by Coleman. Loose ball in the paint, scooped up by Danger. Bounce pass behind his back to Haggerty for the layup.
Oh, that's a dime right there. We talk about Big Yaks and his passing. Dang, Danger showing it off right there. The behind the back was absolutely sweet.
Memphis up 5-3, 17:45 mark first half. Vasquez right in front of us on the left wing to Lendeborg, short corner left, guarded by Jourdain. Jab with the right, now back to the basket, pounding his way toward the lane. Lendeborg, right hook shot. Oh, off the back of the rim, and it drops through. Tied at 5. Okoji into the front court for Memphis, shooting to our right. Takes Vasquez down low, bounce it to Jourdain, going up. He's fouled. It was Jabari McGee from behind for UAB.
That was a good decision right there by Okoji. Learn from what he did wrong earlier. That time he gets to the paint, plays off 2 feet, sees Jourdain cutting, hits him where he can catch it, only he can catch it, sets him up to go to the free throw line. Those are the simple plays that Okoji has to continuously make if he wants to have a successful game.
Jourdain since the first free throw. Memphis up 6-5. A 71% foul shooter, and Jourdain, the only returning scholarship player for Memphis. You hear it so often in college basketball these days, brand new team. That's definitely the case with Memphis this year.
And he's only averaging 1 point in this tournament. Hasn't really scored it well, but that's not really his role. He's a junkyard dog. He does all the small things to help his team win.
Missed the second free throw. McGee, three-pointer right wing. Bricked it off the back of the rim. Rebound, Jourdain. Outlet to Okogie. Angles in right to left. Feeds Rogers. Jourdain, no, from the right side. Ball is loose. Tapped out of bounds. Last touch by UAB. That's the initial call, and now they reverse the call. The ball belongs to the Blazers.
There was a lot of confusion right there.
Yes, there was. There was a little conference. Terry Oglesby, Pat Adams, Don Daly, the officials, they all looked at each other. Okay, what was it? All right, this way we go. 6-5 Memphis, 3 minutes gone by, first half. McGee walks into the forecourt. Hands it to Lindborg, swing it around, left side, and Vasquez. Chest pass to McGee up top against Okogie. Bradley Azuero's in the game, sets the screen. McGee trying to find him on the roll. Tipped away, stolen. P.J. Haggerty tracks it down for Memphis. Ahead to Okogie on the left wing. Okogie shovels it. Jourdain, two-handed stuff. Memphis up 8-5.
When you play against Memphis, you have to match up. Transition defense is key because if you do not get back and stop the basketball, they will exploit all the advantages when you mess up.
McGee into the forecourt, finds Vasquez on the left wing, fake the three, drive to the right elbow, in the paint, up against Rogers, using a head fake, off the mark, rebound, Danger in Memphis. Rogers on the trot, left to right, feeds Danger, goes behind the back, no look, pass to Rogers, cutting to the basket, he lays it home, another dime by Danger.
Danger or Jokic? Who are we watching right now?
Man, Memphis up 10-5. Two beautiful passes by Dane Danger. Vasquez curls to the foul line. To the right side, Tony misses a three from the right wing. Azuero, offensive rebound, taken away. Rogers ahead to Haggerty. Haggerty speeding ahead. Rejected by Lendeborg at the rim. Out of bounds at the UAB bench, and we've got a timeout. Memphis leads 10-5 over UAB with 15:40 remaining in the first half. Timeout on the court, sponsored by Rocket. Own the dream. This is Westwood One's coverage of Conference Championship Week.
Science is not an opinion. People come before pipelines. It's not too late to act on climate. No one is above the law. At Earth Justice, we hold these beliefs to be self-evident. As a national legal nonprofit fighting for your right to a healthy environment, we are 150-plus lawyers representing clients free of charge because now, more than ever, the Earth needs a good lawyer. No one fights more cases on the environment than Earth Justice. And we win because these are fights we cannot lose. We win for scientists so they can serve at the EPA. We win at the Supreme Court because clean water is for everyone. We win against fossil fuel plants so communities can breathe freely. If you believe what we believe, then help us fight the good fight and help us keep winning by going to earthjustice.org today. That's earthjustice.org.
Mom, Dad.
Before you throw out those unused medicines, just think for a minute.
Grandma, Grandpa, all you guys take meds. That's why you gotta dispose of your old pills correctly.
Those pills for your back pain or migraines.
When you throw them in the trash, those medicines can become lethal in the wrong hands.
Our hands. You may be finished with that medicine,
but those pills are making me real popular at school.
My brother James could think they're candy. Our dog loves to get in the garbage, and those meds can make him sick or worse.
So stop. There are better ways to dispose of your unused meds.
There are lots of police stations, local pharmacies, and hospitals that are approved to take in unused meds and dispose of them safely.
Disposal sites are close by.
It's easy, and it's the right thing to do. For us. The ones you love.
To find a medicine disposal site near you, visit www.safe.pharmacy. A public service message from the National Association of Boards of Pharmacy.
Along with King McClure, I'm Ted Emmerich. You're listening to Conference Championship Week on Westwood One, presented by Progressive Insurance. Here's a riddle from Progressive Insurance. What do your home and auto have in common? Progressive protects them both. It was an easy riddle. Learn more at progressive.com. American Championship game, 15:40 mark, first half, 10-5 Memphis over UAB. Out of the timeout, Memphis triggers in, forecourt right. Haggerty sends it in to Baraka Okogie. Getting a start for the injured Tyrese Hunter today. Points with his right hand, high left, feeds Dane Danger, top of the arc. Danger already with a couple of beautiful assists early on. Hand off to Rogers, starts to his left. Rogers triggers a three from the left wing, off the left side of the rim, and Lendeborg pulls down the rebound. Lendeborg, push it ahead, hook it to Ezeguero, deep down low right, blocked by Danger, recovered by Vasquez, who scores on the left side. Memphis up 10-7, nearing the 15-minute mark of the first half. UAB has to win to get into the NCAA tournament. Memphis knows they're in regardless. High left, Haggerty back to the basket against Jabari McGee. Now Danger, top of the arc. Danger goes behind the back at the elbow. Oh, Vasquez left him, and Danger lays it in for his first points.
And I love what Penny Hardaway did right there. You see that in the NBA a lot. The guard goes and sets a screen on the big to create a size advantage for the big to be able to attack and go to the hole.
Danger already with 4 rebounds and 2 assists to go with those 2 points now. 12-7 Memphis. McGee head of the key, screen from Ezeguero, foul line jumper from McGee on the way. It's short. Vasquez an offensive rebound. Pitch it over to the perimeter. Lendeborg in the left corner. Jabs with the right, attacks against Jourdain, and he lays it home.
Such a great finisher, one-on-one. He seeks out the contact, and he has just such great touch around the rim.
Danger mid-post left for Memphis. Had it knocked out of his hands by Butta Johnson. UAB right to left. Lendeborg gathers. Defender hits the deck. And heading the other way, it's an offensive foul on Lendeborg as Baraka Okogie took the charge.
And that's the right call. Okogie just stands there. If you're Big Yak, you have to find a way to maneuver around the defender. But when he's already there, 9 times out of 10, smaller defenders are going to get the benefit of the doubt. You got to find a way, Euro step, spin, do something, but you can't go through the defender.
Okogie's 162 pounds. Lendeborg goes 240, not to mention the height advantage. So turnover by UAB. Memphis up 12-9 with the ball. 13:50 remaining first half. Okogie hooks it inside. Danger against Ezeguero, pivots and scores.
UAB trying to go 2-3 that way at that time. Memphis did a really good job getting the ball to the paint. That's where you have to attack the zone. Danger takes his time. He's very patient down low. He creates an angle and gets an easy 2 points.
14-9 Tigers. Lendeborg up top with it for UAB. Green headband on his head. Lime green shoes on his feet. Against Jourdain, driving in, met by Danger. And he banks it home as he lands on his backside.
The finishes that we are seeing from Big Yaks, they are not easy finishes. The amount of skill and focus that it takes to be able to put those in, extremely difficult.
Rogers drives the right baseline, backs out, fades over McGee. 17-footer, too strong. Lendeborg with another rebound. And at 6'9", bringing it up the floor. Leaves it for a trailer. 3-pointer on the way from Butta Johnson is pure. On the left wing, Johnson, yes, smooth like Butta. He ties it up at 14.
Well, he had 21 points in the first matchup, 5 threes. The young man can shoot.
Danger up and under, got McGee off his feet before he put up a shot. Foul is called as it's on Ezeguero, the second defender to meet him. That's Ezeguero's first, and the 4th team foul. Rogers and Jourdain head out for Memphis. P.J. Carter, the 5th-year senior transfer from UTSA, is in. Also, Musa Cisse, another 5th-year senior in his second stint with Memphis, started his career with the Tigers and transferred back from Ole Miss. Haggerty from the left baseline pitches it into Baraka Okogie, standing on the A at midcourt for American. Slants to his right, Okogie down low, Cisse off his hands, out of bounds. And Cisse and Okogie having words up the floor.
Well, Cisse was looking to go get the rebound because he thought Okogie was going to shoot the basketball. However, he was wide open and didn't even realize it.
Tied at 14 in the American Championship. 12:30 to go in the first half. Tyron Moore, the Georgia Southern transfer in the game for UAB. He brings it up and a foul away from the ball. And it's on Memphis. Danger shaking his head. Musa Cisse as well. So foul on Memphis. It's on Okogie, actually. His first. Tony right in front of us, ready to inbound from the sideline. Sends it into Tyron Moore, watched by P.J. Haggerty. Keeps a low dribble, screen from Lendeborg, moves to his right, pick and pop. Lendeborg 3 up top, right down the chute. UAB leads 17-14.
That's where he's so good on the pick and pop. He confuses the defense because you don't know if he's going to roll or pop.
Lindenborg has 9. UAB on top for the first time. Carter with an answer. A right wing 3 for Memphis. And we're tied at 17.
Carter shooting 45% from 3 in this tournament. You leave him open, it's automatic money.
Got a whistle as soon as the ball went through the hoop. And the officials confer. UAB coaches are pretty hot. Not sure exactly what they're looking at here, what they're trying to address. They've not gone to the monitor for what it's worth.
I don't know what's going on right now.
Well, Lindenborg is trying to blink his right eye over and over again as he stands on the baseline. UAB coaches might have been asking, hey, didn't Lindenborg get poked in the eye there? Where's the foul? But it's play on, and Lindenborg remains in. Brings it up the floor into the forecourt. Tied at 17, under 12 to play. Moore has it tipped away by Haggerty. A steal by Haggerty. Lob it to Cisse, and Cisse throws it down with both hands.
And I love how hard Haggerty competes on the defensive side. We always talk about his offense, but defensively, this young man will really get into you and get after it.
19-17 Memphis. 11:30 mark first half. Lindenborg in the right corner. Moves to the foul line. Jumper on the way. Off the mark. Cisse vacuums in the rebound. Haggerty up the far side with it for Memphis. Low dribble. Haggerty to the foul line. Down low. Danger. One dribble goes up. No. Lindenborg secures it. Lindenborg ahead to Coleman. Sprinting to the cup. Layup no good with the left. Coleman can't believe it. Haggerty on the way. Left to right. He lost the dribble. UAB takes it right back. Frenetic pace. Butta Johnson right to left with it for UAB.
Mustache. Well, here's the thing. Men's health deserves support year-round, which is why we're more than a month, more than mustaches. All year round, we're doing more. We're delivering more research, more treatments, doing more to help men live happier, healthier, longer lives. But we need your support, because the more we can do, the more fathers, brothers, partners, sons we can protect. Movember, more than a month. Learn more at Movember.com.
Furnished by Movember. Free healthcare. Hundreds to more than $1,000 per month in disability compensation and tens of thousands for college tuition. These are just some of the U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs benefits that may be available to veterans. VA is focused on customer service like never before. Choose VA and see why veterans' trust in VA reached an all-time high. Claim the benefits you've earned at choose.va.gov.
Workforce needs work. I'm Holly Robinson Pete. Many of you might not know this, but my 22-year-old son has autism.
So do I. My name is Kevin Valdez, and my intellectual difference makes me the passionate actor that I am.
And I'm Mackenzie Cohen, a Paralympian with a developmental difference. Did you know that 97% of HR professionals say that employees with disabilities perform the same or better than their peers without disabilities? Yet still, the differently abled face so many employment challenges in this country.
It is time we start building a workforce that works for all. A workforce that is diverse, inclusive, and equitable for those with intellectual differences.
And for those with developmental differences, too.
A workforce that recognizes that our greatest strengths lie in our differences.
Join us, Delivering Jobs and the Sherm Foundation, in creating pathways to 1 million jobs and leadership opportunities. Please visit deliveringjobs.org.
Furnished by the Entertainment Industry Foundation.
It's March matchup season at BetMGM. Ready to shoot your shot? Lock in your picks for this year's tournament with the sportsbook born in Vegas. Being on the sidelines is one thing. This March, get into the game with exciting state-of-the-art live tracking technology, exclusive sportsbook selections, and so much more. Check out BetMGM Originals for dozens of markets you won't find anywhere else. Take a shot at our exciting free-to-play games for your chance at scoring odds boost tokens, bonus bets, and many other prizes. Plus, new players can score up to $1,500 in bonus bets if their first bet loses. From the big dogs to the underdogs, March matchups at BetMGM is a player's best friend. Sign up to catch the excitement and experience college hoops like never before with BetMGM. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 years of age and older. Colorado only. First bet offers for new customers only. All other promotions for existing customers. Subject to eligibility requirements and rewards may vary. Gambling problem? Call or text 1-800-GAMBLER.
Greg is a real Prevagen user, and this is his story.
Hi, I'm Greg. I'm not an actor. I'm just a regular person. 8 years ago, I just didn't feel like I was on my game. I started taking Prevagen, and I want people to know that Prevagen has worked for me. Give it a try. I want it to help you just like it has helped me.
Prevagen, at stores everywhere without a prescription. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Testimonialist was compensated for their time.
Brad Heller with you in our Westwood One studios, working on a technical glitch in Fort Worth at the American Conference Championship game. 10:57 to go first half. Memphis, the 1 seed, leads the 3 seed UAB 19-17. If the Blazers win, they would be a bid stealer for the NCAA tournament. We'll see what happens there. This is one of 4 conference championship games on Selection Sunday. We'll quickly check the scores. Florida winning the SEC, beating Tennessee 86-77. So the Gators likely locking up that final number 1 seed for the tournament. Walter Clayton Jr., 22 points. The Gators winning their first SEC title since 2014. Yale winning the Ivy League championship, 2nd year in a row, 3 out of 4. The Bulldogs, the top seed, over Cornell, 90-84. Yale could be a problem in the tournament. Remember, last year, the 13, they upset the 4-seed Auburn. VCU wins the Atlantic 10 championship, 68-63 over George Mason. The Rams never trailed. Big Ten championship early on in Indianapolis. Michigan up 7-6 on Wisconsin. They are 5 minutes in. The Badgers in their 2nd straight final, looking to win their first Big Ten title in 10 years, while Michigan's last Big Ten title coming in 2018. Those are the last 5 of the conference championship games on Selection Sunday. And we're going to lead you right in to our Selection Sunday show, 6 p.m. Eastern Time, hosted by Jason Horowitz, PJ Carlissimo, and Debbie Antonelli. The official announcement of both the 2025 NCAA men's and women's tournament brackets. Be the first to know where your favorite team is headed or if their bubble burst. Selection Sunday tonight from 6 until 9 p.m. Eastern, right here on the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network. Again, your score in the American Conference Championship game, 9:36 to go first half. Memphis up on UAB 23-20, dealing with some technical issues in Fort Worth. More coming up. You're listening to the Conference Championship Week on Westwood One.
This is the story of the One. As a facility technician installing a new welding station, he knows getting the ventilation right is critical for safety. That's why when questions arise, there's Grainger. Grainger offers detailed technical product information online at his fingertips, so it's easy to find what he needs. Because when it comes to safety, having answers means he and his people can breathe a little easier. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Something amazing is happening. Despite a citywide blackout, this company is still up and running. That's because CDW deployed and managed a cost-effective Eaton Triplite Series Smart Pro UPS to safeguard equipment easily and reliably. Keep the power on and protect your IT equipment from electrical challenges. Triplite by Eaton and CDW. Make amazing happen. Find out more at cdw.com/triplite.
Your business needed to hire someone yesterday. How can you find amazing candidates fast? Easy. Just use Indeed. With Indeed Sponsored Jobs, your post jumps to the top of the page for relevant candidates, so you can reach the people you want faster. According to Indeed data, sponsored jobs posted directly on Indeed have 45% more applications than non-sponsored jobs. Plus, with Indeed Sponsored Jobs, there are no monthly subscriptions, and you only pay for results. Start at Indeed.com/credit.
For a limited time at Verizon, you can get our best price ever. That's 4 lines on unlimited welcome for just $25 a line per month with autopay plus taxes and fees. You'll also get the new iPhone 16 Pro, 4 of them for the entire family when you trade in up to 4 phones from our top brands. That's a new phone for everyone, only on the network you can count on. Verizon. Visit a store today. 20 monthly promo credits applied over 36 months with a new line on unlimited welcome. In times of congestion, unlimited 5G and 4G LTE may be temporarily slower than other traffic. Domestic data roaming at 2G speeds. Additional terms apply for phone offer. See Verizon.com for details.
Ted Edward with you courtside here at the American Championship game. We apologize for the technical difficulties. Memphis leads UAB 23-22. Memphis with the ball, pass inside to Colby Rogers. Missed the layup. UAB with the rebound. Right to left comes Button Johnson. Beats Tony to the right wing. Yaxel Lindeborg triggers a 3 around and out to the right. And Jourdain with the rebound for Memphis. A 1-point lead for the Tigers. They've got the ball. Jourdain into the forecourt. Settles to the foul line. Awkward shot over Tony. He torn his body. Is off target. Rebound UAB. Johnson a 3-ball from the right side. That's off the mark. Payne just snatches the rebound for Memphis. We've got 7:34 to play in the first half. And P.J. Haggerty, the third leading scorer in the country, walks it up for the Tigers. Haggerty, top of the arc, guarded by Jabari McGee. Feeds Jourdain. Left corner 3 on the way. Off the front of the rim. Cisse fighting for an offensive rebound. It's off Tony out of bounds. And it'll stay with Memphis after the official timeouts. 7:20 to play in the first half. Memphis leads UAB 23-22 in the American Conference Championship game, and you're listening to Conference Championship Week on Westwood One.
This is the story of the one. He's responsible for keeping a leading healthcare facility clean and safe. And he trusts Grainger's high-quality HVAC cleaning and safety products, combined with their world-class supply chain, to consistently deliver, ensuring he's covered inside and out, so he can focus on keeping his facility clean to help protect the health of everyone inside. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
You know what I love about spring? It's the season of change, and that means it's time for a closet refresh. Enter Kohl's. With the extra 15% off they have going on, I saved on the latest styles for my entire family, like a cute dress for myself, linen shorts for my husband, and spring jackets for my kids. Just add sunshine and we're set. All thanks to Kohl's. Select styles, some exclusions apply. 15% offer ends March 23rd. See store at Kohl's.com for details.
When I wake up
The best mornings
in the morning light,
start with Wrangler.
I put on my jeans and I feel alright.
Jeans, jackets, and shirts that get your day started. Good mornings make for better days. Wrangler, for the ride of life.
So, your small business is outgrowing your garage. You could go online, find a space, and get catfished. Or you could work with an agent who's a realtor, here to guide and help protect you from the surprises you didn't see coming. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors. Right by you.
Greg is a real Prevagen user, and this is his story.
Hi, I'm Greg. I'm not an actor. I'm just a regular person. 8 years ago, I just didn't feel like I was on my game. I started taking Prevagen, and I want people to know that Prevagen has worked for me. Give it a try. I want it to help you just like it has helped me.
Prevagen, at stores everywhere without a prescription. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Testimonialist was compensated for their time.
Something amazing is happening. Despite a citywide blackout, this company is still up and running. That's because CDW deployed and managed a cost-effective Eaton Triplite Series Smart Pro UPS to safeguard equipment easily and reliably. Keep the power on and protect your IT equipment from electrical challenges. Triplite by Eaton and CDW. Make amazing happen. Find out more at cdw.com/triplite.
Studios. One other game going on right now in Conference Championship here on Selection Sunday. The Big Ten title in Indianapolis. Michigan up 12-10 on Wisconsin. midway through the first half, the Badgers, rough shooting so far. They've missed 12 of their first 15 shots. Florida winning the SEC title, first time in 11 years, 86-77 over Tennessee. The Gators likely locking up that final number 1 seed. VCU, Atlantic 10 champs, second time in 3 years. The Rams beat George Mason 68-63, and Yale winning the Ivy League for the second year in a row. Back to Fort Worth, we rejoin Ted Emmerich and King McClure.
And Brad, it's good to be back. Thanks so much for all your hard work. Ted Emmerich, King McClure here at our Granger broadcast position in Fort Worth. For the ones who get it done, Granger offers access to over 1 million products and the scale to deliver when and where you need them. Call, click Granger.com, or just stop by. 23-22 Memphis over UAB, 7:20 to play in the first half. What stands out to you right now, King?
Well, the points in the paint for Memphis, 14 out of their 23 points have come from the paint. They dominated in this area every single time that these two teams have matched up, and they have to find a way to contain them.
Danger was looking for more paint points off the inbound, driving on Ezoero. Missed the layup with the left, his dominant hand. UAB with the rebound. McGee in the forecourt, shooting to our left, has it on the left wing, sends it to Lindeborg, swing it right to Vasquez, who was big in the championship game a year ago for UAB against Temple. Feeds Lindeborg, short corner right, doubled by Jordano Okogie. Now Okogie backs off. Lindeborg directing traffic. 5 to shoot. Vasquez on the right wing against Okogie. Down to 2. Double clutch. 3 ball. Air ball. Out of bounds to Memphis. And we'd like to welcome those of you just joining us who were listening to the SEC championship game, where Florida beat Tennessee by a score of 86-77. Along with former Baylor guard King McClure, I'm Ted Emmerich here in Fort Worth. With 6:41 remaining in the first half of the American title game, it's Memphis 23, UAB 22. And for our affiliates airing the broadcast, commercial position number 7 will be next. Okogie high right with it from Memphis to Danger, top of the arc. Danger, ball on his left hip, looking for a cutter. Now drives against Ezoero, 7 to shoot. Trying to drop it off to Jourdain, off his fingertips, out of bounds to UAB coach Andy Kennedy. And UAB ball.
And that time I would have loved to see Danger one-on-one just go get a bucket. I mean, that time a little unselfish. There was no backside help. So his ability to be able to score, I like his advantage right there in the middle of the paint with no help.
Boy, Memphis has the lead, King, but they have not scored in more than 3 minutes. They're 0 for their last 7. UAB trails by a point with the ball. McGee between the circles against Okogie, drives the left lane line, cut off. Jourdain stripped him, but a foul. Okogie ended up with the ball. He was the primary defender. Foul goes against Jourdain, his first.
And Okogie's been active early on in this game. On the defensive side, he's made some good plays. Offensively, he's made some good plays. I mean, he's given Penny Hardaway some good minutes in his first start of the season.
Again, Okogie getting that start for Tyrese Hunter, the senior transfer from Texas who injured his left foot in the second half yesterday in the semifinal against Tulane. He is in a walking boot on the bench. At the line, McGee, first free throw in the air, good. Just a 67% foul shooter. He ties the score at 23. McGee had a dagger 3 late in UAB's semifinal win over North Texas last night, and he's considered the best athlete on the team, King, 44-inch vertical.
Jeez. He's playing really well. I mean, through the last 5 games, 20 points per game, averaging 13 in the tournament. You know, he only had 2 points against Memphis the first time, 22 in the second matchup. But he has to continuously have a big game and look for him to be aggressive.
Haggerty, mid-range jumper from 10 on the right side, off the mark. As McGee missed the second free throw, so we're still tied at 23. 5:51 to go in the first half. Ball went out of bounds, off UAB. Memphis ball here, 20 to shoot. From the left baseline, P.J. Carter, UTSA transfer, to send it in. Flips it to Haggerty at the left elbow, guarded by Vasquez. Down low, Danger, turns, hook shot with the left, rattles out. Rebound Lindeborg up the center of the floor, angles to his right, feeds a swerving Tony, trying to throw it down at the right, missed it. Ball's loose in front of us. Coleman and Haggerty fighting for it, and the foul goes against Alejandro Vasquez of UAB.
Oh, Tony tried to tear down that rim, trying to put Danger on a poster, but just misses the flush. Got up high enough, just threw it down towards the back of the rim instead of making it. I was impressed. That was impressive.
He got up.
He got up.
Just
I wasn't
didn't
expecting
finish. 23 all, 5.5 to play in the opening half of the American Conference Championship game. Carter high left with it from Memphis to Rogers in the corner. Pass deflected by Coleman. Scooped up by Jourdain. Back to Carter. 12 to shoot for Memphis. Carter sends it to Jourdain. High left. 7 to shoot. To Danger in the key. Haggerty on the cut, and a foul is called, probably against McGee here, trying to keep up with Haggerty, and that's the case. Jabari McGee collects his second personal. It's the 6th team foul on UAB. One more puts Memphis at the line.
And this is when PJ Haggerty gets extremely aggressive. Knowing that the opposing team is in the bonus, PJ Haggerty already attacks full throttle, but he takes it to a different level whenever the opposing team, the defense, is in the bonus.
Haggerty has started 4 points on 2 of 8 shooting. Bounce it to Danger down low. Missed it from bunny range and stepped out as he tried to follow his own miss. It's UAB ball. Memphis has missed their last 10 shots from the floor. They're stuck on 23. The scoring drought is now up to 4 minutes and 20 seconds. Lendeborg walks it up. Points with his right index finger as he slants left to right, settles on the right wing against Cisse. Feeds Tyron Moore, got Carter off his feet. Foul line jumper from Moore is good. UAB back in front, 25-23.
And they put you in a very awkward spot as a defense when Yaxel is the one bringing the ball up and initiating the offense.
Rogers high left with it for Memphis. Bounce it to Danger left of the circle. Back to Rogers, guarded by Vasquez. Left baseline jumper on the way. Off the heel. Rebound UAB. Tony shovels it ahead. Vasquez a Euro. He flips it up. Had no chance. But a foul called against Memphis.
UAB giving Memphis a piece of their own medicine. The way that they're able to get it out in transition, push the tempo, get to the free throw line, put the defense at a disadvantage. UAB going full throttle.
Fouls on Carter, 4th team foul against Memphis. March Madness is coming to a court near you. Experience it live as the nation's best college basketball teams compete for a chance to cut down the nets. Secure your seats today at ncaa.com/MBB tickets. So Vasquez at the line, right foot in front of his left. First free throw is good. Native of Queens. So we mentioned the hero from the title game a year ago had 29 points against Temple in the championship game almost a year ago today. Couple of dribbles. He spins the ball in his hand. Second free throw in the air. Also good. 27-23 Blazers. 4.5 to go until halftime. Haggerty brings it up. Hands it off to Dane Danger. Hook it to Carter on the left wing. Top of the arc and Cisse. One dribble. Hand it to Rogers. Launches a three from the right wing. He got it. Memphis within a point at 27-26.
You can never go under a three, especially under the screen, especially when Kobe Rogers is coming off. His ability to be able to stop on a dime and rise over you as a defense is really, really impressive.
He was just 1 of 9 from downtown the first 2 games of the tournament. First 3 of this game. Moore, top of the arc, with the big Cisse on him. Bounce it to Lendeborg, doubled at the left elbow, skip into the right corner. Vasquez 3 on the way. That's off the mark. Cisse plucks the rebound for Memphis. Haggerty pitches it up the floor to Carter. Pull up 3 from the left wing. Off the back of the rim. Rebound fought for it near the left elbow. Vasquez, Cisse were there. Foul called. And we've got a timeout with 3:40 remaining in the first half. It's UAB 27, Memphis 26. The foul went on Memphis's PJ Haggerty. You're listening to Conference Championship Week on Westwood One.
Greg is a real Prevagen user, and this is his story.
Hi, I'm Greg. I'm not an actor. I'm just a regular person. 8 years ago, I just didn't feel like I was on my game. I started taking Prevagen, and I want people to know that Prevagen has worked for me. Give it a try. I want it to help you just like it has helped me.
Prevagen, at stores everywhere without a prescription. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Testimonialist was compensated for their time.
know what I love about spring? It's a season of change, and that means it's time for a closet refresh. Enter Kohl's. With the extra 15% off they have going on, I saved on the latest styles for my entire family, like a cute dress for myself, linen shorts for my husband, and spring jackets for my kids. Just add sunshine and we're set. All thanks to Kohl's. Select styles, some exclusions apply. 15% offer ends March 23rd. See store at kohls.com for details.
So, your small business is outgrowing your garage. You could go online, find a space, and get catfished. Or you could work with an agent who's a realtor, here to guide and help protect you from the surprises you didn't see coming. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors. Right by you.
When I wake up
The best mornings
in the morning light,
start with Wrangler.
I put on my jeans and I feel alright.
Jeans, jackets, and shirts that get your day started. Good mornings make for better days. Wrangler, for the ride of life.
3:40 to play first half here in Fort Worth. The American Championship game, UAB 27, Memphis 26. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Westwood One, your home for NCAA March Madness. Ted Emmerich, King McClure with you from Dickies Arena. Memphis, definitely an NCAA tournament team. If UAB wins, they will be a tournament team as well. That is their only path, the automatic bid to the big dance. Time for the Kohl's fact of the game. And UAB back in the conference tournament championship game, which they won a year ago in this arena. Andy Kennedy, their coach, and UAB Blazer himself as a player, has now led UAB to 4 consecutive conference tournament championship games, 2 in Conference USA, 2 in the American. He is 11-2 in conference tournament games in his 5 years at UAB. That's the fact of the game, sponsored by Kohl's. Make this spring a stylish one with on-trend looks for every occasion when you shop at Kohl's and Kohls.com, where families come first. How about that? And Andy Kennedy understands this is the path in March. You have to be at your best, and he and his teams have while he's been back at UAB.
You know, it's not easy to play 2-3 games consecutively in the tournament format. It's not an easy thing to do. I mean, I think back when I was at Baylor, Ted, one of the hardest things to do is to be able to forget what happened the day before, whether you played good, whether you played bad. The next day, you have another 24 hours to get ready for that game and to shake whatever happened off and to lock back in and focus. But he continuously keeps his team in that same mindset to understand how to win games when it matters the most. And, you know, the one-day preparation is not an easy thing, but I think he does it as good as anybody in the American Conference.
Both the UAB and Memphis playing their 3rd game in 3 days here in Fort Worth. UAB ball out of the timeout. Tyron Moore handles out front to Butta Johnson, high left. Back to Moore, feed it back to Johnson. Fake the 3, driving in. Hand it to Coleman in the left corner, 11 to shoot. Swing it back around. Moore up top. Screen from Lendeborg. Feed Lendeborg. Pick and pop 3. It's off the back of the rim, and Danger soars for the rebound for Memphis.
I like that 2-3 adjustment that Penny Hardaway came out of that timeout with. UAB is not a team that knocks down the 3 at a really high rate. Get into a zone.
And they're 3 of 11 now from 3 today. Haggerty leaning in from the left side, off the mark, no whistle. Lendeborg brings it up right to left at 6'9". Hand it to Tony. 3-pointer is good from the right wing. There's the 3 for UAB. They're up 30-26.
All set up by your big fella. When your 5 can get the rebound and push in transition, and he can have the vision that Yax has, you can get buckets easily.
3rd assist for Lendeborg. Danger right elbow with it for Memphis. Backing down Yaxel Lendeborg. Left-handed hook shot in the lane is good. Danger so tough to keep up with. He's got 8 points.
That's such a skilled finish right there. One-on-one, he is a right-handed player. Turns over the right shoulder, shoots the hook with the left hand. Super hard.
30-28 UAB. Moore 3-pointer, right wing. Got it! UAB yet again with a triple. Moore cans it. It's 33-28.
He's a shooter right underneath 40%. That's what he does. That's why he's inserted into the ball game, to do things like that.
Danger at the left elbow, goes behind the back, churning to the bucket. Layup no, but a foul called against UAB. Along with King McClure, I'm Ted Emmerich. You're listening to Conference Championship Week on Westwood One, presented by Progressive Insurance. You can save big when you bundle your auto, home, motorcycle, RV, or boat. Visit progressive.com. Foul went against Christian Coleman, his second. And Danger at the line for two. Boy, the line was a lonely place for him yesterday in the semis, King. He was just 3 of 13 in that win over Tulane.
Well, when you look at his form isn't great. You can tell he's not comfortable from there. He doesn't have great touch when it comes to shooting the basketball. When it comes to finishing his hook shots and his ability to be able to shoot the floater right there, right by the rim, he has great touch. When it comes to actually shooting the basketball, you can tell he's very, very uncomfortable. But that's the only weakness that I would say is in his game, because this young man can hoop with the best of them in the country.
And 2 line drive misses from Danger at the line here, so the score remains 33-28 UAB. Under 2 to play in the first half. Lendeboard whips it to the left side. Moore wants another 3, this time from the left wing, in and out. Rebound by Danger. Okoji up the left side of the floor. Into the forecourt, screen from Danger, starts right, darts left. Okoji to the baseline, keeps a low dribble, retreats back to the perimeter. Hook it to Haggerty in the center of the floor. Over to Rogers on the right wing. Jabs at the right. Back to the basket against Moore. Trying to take him into the paint. Rogers rising inside the foul line. He rattles it home.
Said that's just one-on-one. You can't guard me. I'm going to take my time. Get to the spot, middle of the paint. Rise over the top of you. Old school basketball. Get to my mid-range jumper and knock it down.
Rogers with 7. Memphis down 3, 33-30. Approaching the 1-minute mark of the first half. Moore, center of the floor for UAB. Screen from Ezoero, left-handed dribble. Whip it to the right side, and Butta Johnson, guarded by Haggerty. 7 to shoot. Long 2 on the way. Good from Johnson.
Same thing, just one-on-one, getting to the mid-range and rising over the top of the defender. Trying to get some buckets.
35-30 UAB. Haggerty trying to answer at the other end. Haggerty down low, left side, layup, no, but a foul. It's on Tony. That's his first for UAB. But Haggerty with free throws, one of the best free throw shooters in the American. Fans, you can listen to every game of Westwood One's coverage of the upcoming men's and women's tournaments on Alexa. Just ask your device to open Westwood One Sports, and you'll be able to select the game you want to hear. That's open Westwood One Sports to listen on Alexa. Haggerty cans the first free throw. He was a perfect 14 of 14 yesterday in the semis. One more for Haggerty. He's back in Fort Worth, where he started his college career at TCU. Second one is good. Just 3 miles to the south of here at Dickies Arena. Redshirted at TCU a couple of years ago. Couldn't get on the floor, and now one of the premier scorers in the country.
I bet you TCU would love to have him right now, Ted.
No kidding. Under 30 seconds to play. 35-32 UAB. Ezoero up top, and a whistle away from the ball. And a foul against Memphis and Musa Cisse. That's his first, and the 16th foul on Memphis. One more means free throws for UAB, and a timeout, it looks like, for Andy Kennedy. The first half use it or lose it timeout with 24.6 seconds remaining. Join Westwood One Sports tonight for the official announcement of both the 2025 NCAA men's and women's tournament brackets. It's Selection Sunday, hosted by Jason Horowitz, PJ Carlissimo, and Debbie Antonelli. Be the first to know where your favorite team is headed or if their bubble burst. Plus, you'll hear from many of the coaches whose teams will be in the big dance. That's Selection Sunday, tonight from 6 until 9 p.m. Eastern, right here on the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network. And King, there are a few teams out there, whether it be Indiana, Xavier, North Carolina, Texas, who are really hoping for a Memphis win today. Otherwise, UAB takes up one of those bids that could have gone to them.
100%. I mean, you look at the North Carolina game yesterday. To lose the way that they lost is inexcusable and 100% heartbreaking. But you're right. If UAB wins this ball game, that could come to bite North Carolina. Same thing with Texas, losing to, who they lost to?
Tennessee.
Yeah. Not
the SEC tournament.
Not a horrible loss. They still have 7 quad 1 wins compared to North Carolina's 1 quad 1 win. But UAB could really make some people upset.
22 seconds remaining in the half. About a 5-second difference between the clocks. Lendeborg handles with the left hand, being watched by Dane Danger. 8 to shoot. 12 seconds remaining. Lindeborg down the right lane line, trying to scoop at the right. Blocked by Danger. Cisse takes it for Memphis. 5 seconds to go in the half. Ahead to Okoji, crosses the timeline, and Memphis calls a timeout. 3.6. So the Tigers using their first half for use it or lose it timeout, so to speak. 3.6 to go, and Penny Hardaway can draw something up.
And I don't even think Penny Hardaway wanted that foul. I think it would have served them better to just get out in transition and run, because they did have numbers. They did have the advantage. But nonetheless, Penny Hardaway would draw something up. But now it gives UAB the opportunity to set their defense when Memphis is so dynamic in their transition game. So right there, I would have loved to see them trying to score that bucket in transition because they did have the numbers. But let's see what Penny Hardaway draws up out of this timeout.
Reminder to stay tuned for the halftime report with Brad Heller. Brad will update today's other action, scores and highlights, including the SEC tournament final between Tennessee and Florida. So 3.6 to go in the half. Memphis has shot just 38%. They had a 4+ minute drought at one point. But they got the ball. Chance to tie it with a 3 going to the locker room. Colby Rogers standing at the hash mark, far side, ready to inbound. Vasquez doing jumping jacks in front of him. Pass in off the hand of Okoji and out of bounds to UAB. Okoji couldn't handle it cleanly near the timeline, and UAB has it with 1.9.
And they missed it. Dane Danger had a guard on him down low on the block. Had they just thrown it up towards the rim, Danger could have got the ball and put it up for an easy 2 points. But the pressure on the inbound alleviated the vision to be able to see that.
Boy, you said one of the keys for Memphis turnovers, they've got 8 already just in the first half. All right, 1.9 to go. Tony to inbound, whip it into Johnson, catch and shoot from the Dickies Arena logo. 35 feet away, it's an air ball, missed it to the right, and halftime is here in the American Championship with UAB, their NCAA tournament life at stake, leading the top seed Memphis 35-32.
They played well. I mean, they controlled the tempo of this game. They forced Memphis into turnovers, 8 already. I mean, that's the biggest thing. But if you remember, Ted, the last time these two teams matched up, UAB was up 11. Memphis came back and won that game. Right? This lead means nothing. They have to finish and play a full 40 minutes of basketball.
35-32 UAB with the lead here in the American Championship game at the end of the first half. When we return, Brad Heller rejoins us from our studios with the halftime report. This is Westwood One's coverage of Conference Championship Week.
Most people think child abuse is a bad parent problem.
Actually, the root causes may be different than you think.
Let us explain. Affordable housing for everyone?
That prevents child abuse. And access to healthcare in every community
prevents child abuse too. High quality, affordable childcare.
Paid family leave.
School breakfast and lunch programs.
All of this prevents child abuse.
It's all about keeping families out of crisis in the first place.
At least 1 in 7 children in the United States have experienced abuse or neglect in the past year. Prevent Child Abuse America promotes policies, programs, and resources informed by science that help communities, parents, and kids thrive.
Because when we keep families out of crisis,
we prevent child abuse
from ever happening.
Go to preventchildabuse.org to learn more.
That's preventchildabuse.org.
Let's solve child abuse before it ever happens.
Furnished by Prevent Child Abuse America.
Hello, I'm Jose Hernandez, and I have been using a wheelchair since my accident in 1995.
My name is Andrea Dalzell, and I've been using a wheelchair since I was 5 years old.
I guess if I had one message for the general public, it would be that I appreciate your help. But please, ask first.
Yeah, a lot of people don't realize that I've actually got everything under control.
I think people get nervous. They don't know how to act, so they pretend I'm not there.
What probably bothers me the most is when waiters talk to my companion and not directly to me.
I think everyone with a disability can relate to that parking spot problem.
We know you're just parking in that disabled spot for a second, but please, don't. We're just looking for the same respect and consideration as everyone else.
United Spinal Association is dedicated to enhancing the quality of life of people living with spinal cord injuries and disorders. Download our disability etiquette booklet at unitedspinal.org.
bubble teams can't like what they're watching so far in the American Championship game. UAB, the 3 seed, leads the regular season champ and top seed Memphis at the half, 35-32. The Tigers, playing without their starting point guard Tyrese Hunter because of a foot injury, have committed 8 turnovers. And American Player of the Year PJ Haggerty, just 2 of 9 shooting, 6 points in that first half. Brad Heller with you in our Westwood One studios. Happy Selection Sunday. Under 2 hours until the big reveal for the bracket. 5 tournament titles on the line today, 5 conference tournament titles. And let's get to the scoreboard. We'll start with the Big Ten Championship, Wisconsin and Michigan in Indianapolis. Rough shooting start for both teams. Wisconsin has the lead, 23-21, 20 seconds to go in the first half. The Badgers shooting 22%, yet still in front in Indy. SEC Championship, maybe a 1 seed on the line in Nashville earlier today. In Florida, the 2 seed beat the 4 seed Tennessee, 86-77. The Gators, led by Walter Clayton Jr.'s 22 points. First SEC tournament title for Florida in 11 years, and the Gators may be locking up that final 1 seed. Atlantic 10 Championship, this one came down to the final possession. VCU and George Mason, the top 2 seeds. Patriots with the ball.
It's a 3-point game. This is with 7 seconds left. Haynes drives. He kicks Anderson. Shoots a 3 for the tie. No good. Rebound 2 seconds. Rebound 1 second. The Rams have it. And for VCU basketball, the A-10 championship is all Rams. A monumental win here in Washington, D.C. VCU gets the victory, 66-63.
They did actually put a half a second on the clock. The Rams hit a couple of free throws, so 68-63 the final. Robbie Robinson, Rodney Ashby the call, 9:10 a.m. the Fan. VCU, second A-10 tournament title in the last 3 years. The Rams never trail. Ivy League Championship, Yale looking for back-to-back titles. The Bulldogs were in control most of the way against Cornell.
6-point game with point 1. The inbound, and the buzzer goes off. The dog days of March continue in the Ivy League for the 2nd year in a row and the 4th time in the last 5 seasons. The Yale Bulldogs are Ivy Madness champions, and they march on to the NCAA tournament.
Nate Gatter had the call here on Westwood One, 90-84. The final. Yale was up by as much as 16. Cornell cut it to 2, but the Bulldogs hang on. It's only the 2nd time in the 7 years of Ivy Madness that the 1 seed wins the championship. Halftime in Fort Worth, Memphis, the 1 seed, trails the 3 seed UAB 35-32. You're listening to Conference Championship Week on Westwood One.
Paying rent can feel like throwing money away. And when you're spending so much, it can be hard to see yourself buying a home. So Rocket Mortgage is helping you put your monthly rent towards home ownership with Rent Rewards. For the first time, save up to $5,000 off the cost of your first home just by paying rent. Only at Rocket Mortgage. Call 800-4ROCKET or visit rocket.com to find out more.
Rocket Mortgage, LLC. Licensed in all 50 states. NMLSConsumerAccess.org. Number 3030.
He's coming. Here we go. Surprise! Your table saw broke. Also, the warranty expired weeks ago, so you need to pay for a new one out of pocket.
At Progressive, we know small business owners don't usually like surprises because they cost you money. But a good surprise that could save you money? Getting a commercial auto quote from Progressive.
Oh, and the replacement part you ordered doesn't fit, so it's completely useless. What a waste.
Surprise yourself. See if you can save in as little as 7 minutes at ProgressiveCommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Greg is a real Prevagen user, and this is his story.
Hi, I'm Greg. I'm not an actor. I'm just a regular person. 8 years ago, I just didn't feel like I was on my game. I started taking Prevagen, and I want people to know that Prevagen has worked for me. Give it a try. I want it to help you just like it has helped me.
Prevagen, at stores everywhere without a prescription. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Testimonialist was compensated for their time.
30-28 UAB. Moore, three-pointer, right wing. Got it! UAB yet again with a triple. Moore cans it. It's 33-28.
UAB trying to be a bid stealer. The Blazers up 3 at halftime on Memphis in the American Championship game. Welcome back to Conference Championship Week on Westwood One, presented by Progressive Insurance. I'm Brad Heller, See why over 28 million drivers trust Progressive to stay protected on the road. See for yourself at progressive.com. We are about an hour and 40 minutes away from the official announcement of both the 2025 NCAA men's and women's tournament brackets, 6 p.m. Eastern Time. It's Selection Sunday, hosted by Jason Horowitz, PJ Carlissimo, and Debbie Antonelli. Be the first to know where your favorite team is headed, or if their bubble burst. North Carolina, Indiana, we're talking to you. That's Selection Sunday tonight, 6 until 9 p.m. Eastern, right here on the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network. Halftime score in Fort Worth. UAB, the 3 seed, leads the 1 seed Memphis 35-32. Will the Blazers be a bid stealer? We'll find out. We're going to rejoin Ted Emmerich and King McClure at Dickies Arena after this. This is Westwood One's coverage of Conference Championship Week.
When the forgotten poor are suffering and in need of healing, they wait for a ship unlike any other. Mercy Ships, the largest floating civilian hospital in the world, with volunteer medical staff and crew who donate their time to save lives. Heroes of mercy, like these.
Every human being has the right to be treated as human, to have a place at the table of the human race.
If you could just see the look in the patient's eyes or the smiles that you get when lives have been changed, then it would make it all worth it.
We bring hope and healing to one person, but that person belongs to a family, and that family belongs to a community.
Together, these heroes of mercy and friends like you bring hope and healing to those who desperately need it.
Thank you! Thank you!
To learn more about Heroes of Mercy, go to mercyships.org today.
After my father was on a ventilator for 20 days due to COVID, he had so many medications. It really was daunting.
According to the National Institutes of Health, 30% of hospital admissions in older adults are drug-related, like taking meds at the wrong time. Hero simplifies medication management.
I'm so thankful that something like this exists. It holds up to 10 different medications. It's all on an app, and you can share that app with a caregiver. So I can make sure that he got his meds. Is he missing a dose of his meds?
Hero Health's smart pill dispenser alerts and delivers pills with the push of a button.
It is really so easy to use and a literal lifesaver.
Try Hero Health risk-free for 30 days. Get free contactless delivery. Call 800-420-7550. 800-420-7550. That's 800-420-7550. Hero. Medication managed.
Halftime here in Fort Worth, one of the last remaining automatic bids available for the NCAA tournament. The 3 seed UAB on top of the number 1 seed Memphis, 35-32. Ted Emmerich, King McClure with you. We check out some of the stats from the first half. UAB, they were shredded by Memphis in the 2 regular season games. Gave up 100 points in the first meeting, 88 in the second, both losses, of course, but they held Memphis to just 38% shooting in the first half, and they did a really nice job on one of the top scorers in America, P.J. Haggerty. He averages 22 a game, 3rd in the country, just 6 points on 2 of 9 shooting in the first half. The leading scorer for Memphis was Dane Danger, 8 points to go with 9 rebounds and 3 assists. So for UAB, Yaxel Lendeborg, their best player, filling up the box score as usual, 9 points, 10 rebounds, 3 assists, also a block shot. Butta Johnson hit a couple of threes. He's got 8 points for the Blazers, and with 5 points, Jabari McGee and Tyron Moore. So UAB up 35-32 over Memphis at the half, and the start of the second half of the American Conference Championship is just ahead. You're listening to Conference Championship Week on Westwood One.
Have you ever looked at yourself in the mirror and thought, I used to be a bit quicker on the draw? What if I told you Bubs Naturals could fix that? Not your reflection, but the way you feel. Bubs Naturals collagen peptides isn't just any collagen. It's a benchmark of trust and performance. It's crafted with integrity and backed by NSF for sports certification, providing assurance of its purity and potency and helping to enhance physical health. Bubs collagen peptides help support your joints, enhance recovery, and help revitalize your hair and skin, helping you look and feel your best every day. Why stop at collagen? Supercharge your morning coffee with Bubs Bubs Naturals MCT Oil Creamer, or stay hydrated with Bubs Naturals Hydrate or Die, a drink mix which helps keep you going longer and stronger. Bubs Naturals was founded in honor of Navy SEAL Glenn Bub Doherty, a true hero. Every product not only helps you, but also supports veterans, with 10% of all profits going to help military men and women transition back into civilian life. Visit bubsnaturals.com today. Remember, each purchase is also helping heroes.
These statements and products have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease or condition.
In the face of uncertainty, some things remain steady, like the Cummins 2027 X15. Built on 25 plus years of experience and delivering up to 4% better fuel efficiency in a weight-neutral system, the X15 gives you the strength to move forward fearlessly and confidence that no matter the obstacle, you can and will rise above it. The 2027 X15, forever rising. Estimates based on preliminary testing. Individual results may vary.
Ted Emmerich and the former Baylor Bear King McClure here at our Granger broadcast position at Dickies Arena in Fort Worth, Texas. For the ones who get it done, there's Granger, offering professional-grade products for all industries, fast delivery, and free technical support. Call, click Granger.com, or just stop by. Getting ready to start the second half here in the American Conference Championship game. UAB, the 3 seed, leading the number 1 seed Memphis, 35-32. Memphis definitely a tournament team, 28-5 on the year. UAB not considered on the bubble. They got to win today if they're going to see their name pop up on the bracket when it's revealed not that long from now, as we see Selection Sunday fast approaching. Time now for the second half key, sponsored by United States Postal Service. Want eyes on your shipment the entire way? USPS Ground Advantage Service keeps your business in the know throughout its journey. Visit USPS.com/in-the-know for details. All right, King, what do you have your eye on here in the second half?
Well, I've been really impressed with UAB and their ability to make things tough for PJ Haggerty. They know that he wants to get downhill. They know that he's so dynamic in his approach to getting downhill. So the fact that they're able to wall up, contest everything, not allow easy angles, not really allow him to get to the free throw line. I mean, only attempted 2 free throws in the first half when he was 14 for 14 yesterday, but 2 for 9 on 6 points. I mean, I think that they've done a really good job. So let's see if PJ Haggerty in the second half will turn it up another notch, because without Tyrese Hunter here, he has to score. He has to get going if they want to get this win. But I think for UAB, it's a matter of continuously taking care of the basketball and knocking down open shots when you have the opportunities. They've done a really good job. Yaxel, on the isolation situations, he hasn't necessarily forced it. He's gotten to the cup sometimes. He's been able to read the defense, hit his teammates. But if they can take care of the basketball and continue to defend the way that they've been defending, I think they have a really good chance in this game, Ted.
Yeah, King, you're right about Haggerty. It's shaping up as a day very much like the semifinal against Tulane for PJ Haggerty, when he was just 2 of 13 from the floor, but he got to the line late in the game. He scored 10 points in the final 1 minute and 3 seconds, all of them from the free throw line. It was just head down. I am driving. I'm going to take on contact. And Haggerty might have to take on that approach here in the second half.
And that's what he does better than almost anybody in the country, Ted. And when you watch the way that he could get to the free throw line, not too many guards have that skill. I think that's a high-level skill that you see a lot in the NBA. You see guys like James Harden do that, find ways to end up at the line, but you don't see that too much in college. Guys with the ability to be able to seek out the contact, but when they seek out contact, they throw their head back, or they find ways to manipulate the referees in order to end up at the line.
Shai Gilgeous-Alexander now with
really
the Thunder.
Yeah,
I mean,
he does a really good
to
job.
your point, that really is next level ability. And Haggerty has shown that throughout the year. He's had to show it here in the American tournament. He's going to have to do it again here in the second half. It'll be UAB ball to start the second half, with Yaxel Lindeborg triggering in to Jabari McGee. McGee had 5 points in the first half. Up the floor, left to right he comes. Left-handed dribble, blue shoes on his feet. Top of the arc, and Vasquez guarded by Colby Rogers. Starts right, sends it back left to McGee. McGee on the left wing against Jourdain. Sizing up his defender, moves to the right elbow, and his jumper is good. UAB up 37-32. McGee with 7. Haggerty walks across the timeline right to left, guarded by McGee. Goes between the legs, screen from Danger. Haggerty moves left, pick and roll. Danger stopped by Ezaguero, and a foul called as Ezaguero cut him off.
Danger does such a great job. As soon as you stick your arm out as a defender, whether that be on ball or whether that be off ball, he goes through, he swipes through. We talked about how next level things, right? And I think these are things that they learned from Penny Hardaway. His experience in the NBA, these are NBA veteran types of moves to draw fouls and sometimes end up at the free throw line.
Haggerty in the right corner, guarded by Vasquez. Back to the basket, spins baseline. Jumper is good. Tough shot. Haggerty knocks it down.
He does a really good job when he's in the post, knowing that there's a contest coming. He puts the ball high up in the air so that they can drop straight in.
Memphis within 3, 37-34. Minute gone by in the second half. McGee drifts left to right on the wing, launches a long 2 over Okoji. It's long and left. Rebound Haggerty up the far side of the floor, sprinting past Lindebort all the way to the rim. Lost it going up, and a foul called against UAB. Defender landing underneath the basket. Tony trying to draw the charge.
And once again, we talk about his ability to be able to go 100 miles an hour and get downhill and get to the free throw line. Tony set up for the charge. He avoided the charge and drew the blocking foul.
Take your game day rituals on the road with Marriott Bonvoy. Over 30 hotel brands for every kind of fan. Explore more at MarriottBonvoy.com/NCAA. Haggerty swishes the first free throw. Second trip to the line. He's 3 for 3 today after going 14 of 14 yesterday. He's 81% on the season. One more in the air. Got it. 37-36 UAB. And Memphis picks up UAB full court. Lindebort trying to trigger in. Finds Tony in the backcourt. And Tony's going to dribble it up the floor. Tony, 3/4 court. Whistle blows before he crossed the timeline. A foul was called on P.J. Haggerty, his second. So UAB sends it in from the far sideline, and now McGee across the timeline. Guarded by Okoji. High right, Lindebort, flip it to Ezaguero, swing it left to Vasquez. On the wing, back up top to McGee. Screen from Ezaguero. McGee slants into the paint. Okoji strips him. Right to left, Memphis on the way. Okoji throws a dart inside, off the hands of Rogers, and UAB comes up with the steal. Vasquez left to right, up the center of the floor. Left-handed dribble. Vasquez head on the swivel, left elbow jumper, off the heel, rebound Haggerty in Memphis. Memphis down a point, 37-36. Rogers, quick 3 right wing, off the back of the rim, tapped out to the perimeter. Haggerty couldn't control it. Rogers does after his miss. Okoji barks out the call at the midcourt logo, the big A here at Dickies Arena. Moves to the right wing, looking inside to Haggerty, pivots, bounce pass to Haggerty at the right elbow, 4 to shoot. Haggerty, the third leading scorer in the country. Up and under against Tony. Floater off the front of the rim, out of bounds. And who touched it last? UAB did. Fresh 20 seconds here for Memphis.
A very up and down, fanatic pace. Back and forth. Let's see what type of flow Memphis can get into on the offensive side.
Haggerty sends it into danger, powering his way to the paint, and foul called against UAB. Again, it is just so hard, to your point, King, trying to stay in front of Dane Danger because, yeah, he's huge. He's also so nimble on his feet.
He has a lot of skill, and he has skill sets that, we talk about Haggerty and his skill sets that we don't see at this level. Same thing for Dane Danger. I mean, the way that he can move at 6'9" is really unlike any other big in the country. I mean, his ball handling, his long arms, his skill set as far as his passing, his touch around the rim. I mean, he's been really, really impressive.
Pass tip by Ezaguero into Rogers. 3-pointer from the left corner is good. Almost a turnover by Memphis, and it leads to a 3 and the lead for the Tigers.
Second chance opportunities. Memphis has been dominating on the glass once again.
McGee into the forecourt as UAB fans are on their feet in front of the UAB bench. And a whistle away from the ball here. Foul goes against Memphis. It's on Jourdain, his second. So UAB to send it in from the left baseline. 39-37 Memphis. 17:05 to go in the second half here in the American Conference Championship. Tony on the left wing, chest pass, Lendeborg, mid-post left, backing down Danger, going up with it. No foul. Lendeborg trying to regather. Scoop at the left, no, but a foul this time. And he pounds the floor in frustration. Says some words that we can't repeat, but Lendeborg does draw the foul.
I think that matchup right there was a little personal. That Dane Danger, Big Yaks matchup down low, one-on-one. These two big men are battling. And I think that matchup right there is personal.
They went at it on social media throughout the regular season, and now the officials, I think, are going to go to the monitor here. They twirled their finger, indicating a review is coming. And so the players head to their respective benches here. Be a VIP at the men's Final Four in San Antonio with the NCAA Experience official ticket and hospitality packages. Official NCAA hospitality includes live entertainment, upscale food stations and beverages, appearances by NCAA legends, and much more. To be a VIP at the men's Final Four in San Antonio, visit ncaa.com/VIP. The reason they're going to the monitor is because of the contact on the foul from Danger to Yaxel Lendeborg, and Danger came down right on the head, the face of Lendeborg. Anytime you're talking about the head or neck area, of course you wonder, hey, is it a flagrant foul?
I don't think it was intentional nor malicious. However, it's not about intent. If it happens, if you get hit, a lot of times referees will deem plays like this a flagrant one and upgrade it, regardless of the intent. But let's see. I'm interested to see, will they call this a flagrant one because he did get smacked across the face at the end?
Yeah, in the rule book, the key words for a flagrant one would be something that's excessive in nature, unnecessary, or avoidable. And it would mean 2 shots and the ball for UAB. Of course, there's already the foul in the act of shooting. There's a quick review. Officials coming out. And we'll get the explanation here shortly. One official talking with Penny Hardaway. One official has made their way to the TV crew, Tom Hart, Dane Bradshaw here courtside as well. And it looks like it is a flagrant one on Dane Danger. Wow.
That's a review. And I see why. I understand it, and I agree with it. I agree with that call. Even though, like I said, it wasn't intentional. It wasn't malicious. Nonetheless, if it happens, if there's contact made above the neck, it's usually deemed a flagrant one, and Big Yaks got slapped across the face. That's towards the end of that play.
So Lendeborg all alone at the free throw line right now. He drains the first one to make it 39-38 Memphis. One more here. Deep knee bend, ball in the air, good. He ties the score at 39. 16:54 remaining. 2 shots and the ball. So UAB now with a chance to take the lead. Lendeborg up to 11 points to go with 11 rebounds. His 42nd double-double over the last 2 years. Pass into Vasquez. He lays it in off the window from the right side, and the Blazers are up 41-39. Into the forecourt of Koji. Bounce it to Danger to the right baseline. Going reverse side, and he lays it in off the window.
His quickness is extremely deceptive. And his first step, that burst out of it, is so hard to guard.
Tied at 41. Danger closing in on a double-double. 10 points and 9 boards. Vasquez on the left wing. Left-handed dribble against Rogers. Starts right, darts to his left. Down the baseline. He goes reverse side around Danger. Layup off the mark. Haggerty sprinting right to left for Memphis. Haggerty leaning. Haggerty banks it in from the left side. And he yells at the official wanting a foul. No whistle. Memphis up 43-41. UAB storms up the floor. Coleman lost it in the lane. Memphis comes up with the steal. Haggerty hook it to Jourdain. Down the left baseline. Picks up his dribble. Float it to Danger on the left wing. Guarded by Christian Coleman. Memphis leads 43-41. Danger, couple of dribbles to the left. Goes between the legs. Posting up Coleman. Quick spin toward the baseline. He banks it in with the foul. And Dane Danger puts his index finger right next to his thumb, as if to say, Christian Coleman, you're too small. Danger puts Memphis up 45-41 with a free throw to come. Our score in the American Championship game with 15:42 to go. It's Memphis 45, UAB 41. This is Westwood One's coverage of Conference Championship Week.
Did you know? VA home loans are a key to home ownership for those who served.
I would tell anybody who is interested in getting a VA loan to just do it.
For me, the best thing about the VA loan was the simplicity of it. I was expecting, government paperwork. It was going to go on forever, and it just wasn't.
Since the down payment for a VA loan is minimal, we were able to purchase this home and then use the money that we were going to use as a down to actually fix up the home.
And the only way we could do that was because the nest egg that we had saved for the down payment, we didn't have to use because we went the VA route.
This is a wonderful benefit that veterans can take advantage of.
In the military, we make a lot of sacrifices. We're away from our family a lot. And with the VA loan, it's a way that it makes it easier for us to get a home.
To learn more about VA home loans, visit va.gov/home loans.
My life was challenging from the beginning.
Daisy spent most of her life in and out of foster care.
It's always in the back of your mind. When am I going to have to move again?
Daisy finally has the safe, permanent home she deserves, thanks to the work of the Dave Thomas Foundation for Adoption, which is committed to finding forever families for the longest waiting children in foster care. Learn more at davethomasfoundation.org.
At Movember, we're best known for the mustache. Well, here's the thing. Men's health deserves support year-round, which is why we're more than a month, more than mustaches. All year round, we're doing more. We're delivering more research, more treatments, doing more to help men live happier, healthier, longer lives. But we need your support, because the more we can do, the more fathers, brothers, partners, sons we can protect. Movember, more than a month. Learn more at Movember.com.
Furnished by Movember.
Along with King McClure, I'm Ted Emmerich. You're listening to Conference Championship Week on Westwood One, presented by Progressive Insurance. Insurance for motorcycles, boats, and RVs. For protection on the road and on the water, see how much you can save at 1-800-PROGRESSIVE and Progressive.com. Here in the American Championship game, hours before the NCAA tournament bracket is revealed, Memphis, the top seed, up 45-41 over UAB, 15:42 to go. Second half, and King Memphis is on a mini burst right now. They've scored the last 6, and Dane Danger with a chance to complete a three-point play.
He's so hard to guard, and because he's so versatile. I mean, he's a big. He's the size of a big, but moves like a guard. The fluidity of movement just is extremely impressive. And right there, when he takes his time, he catches on the block. Never in a rush, never in a hurry. Decent level passer. We've seen that early, so you really can't send a double. And you allow him to get to his moves, get to his flow, and that quick change of pace. The first step is so quick and so deceptively fast that you really can't stay in front of him. And Dane Danger offensively is one of the best scoring bigs, if not the best, in the American Conference.
12 points, 9 rebounds today for Danger. Free throw coming up out of the timeout. And did you know there's a connection between you and Danger? I found this week. When Danger originally signed with Baylor back in 2019, at the time, Danger was Baylor's highest-ranked recruit since you joined Baylor in 2015.
I didn't know that.
How about that? Now, Danger wasn't ranked nearly as highly as you were, and obviously Danger didn't stay at Baylor like you did. Free throw on the way from Danger, missed it, and UAB with the rebound.
And I did get a chance to know him when he was at Baylor. Really good guy. Really solid dude that wants to get better. Just cares about being in the gym.
McGee having trouble in the backcourt, and it's a 10-second call as Baraka Okoji was in McGee's jersey, forcing the turnover by UAB.
And that is what Okoji has done, and he's played really, really well. Getting his first start defensively, he's been phenomenal. His ability to be able to heat up the basketball, and we just saw that right there, full court, 94 feet.
Haggerty sends it inside. Jourdain, two-handed flush from the right. 8 unanswered points for Memphis. The Tigers have their largest lead at 47-41. Lendeborg harried by Jourdain up the floor. Into the forecourt, sends it to McGee. Top of the arc. McGee points with his left hand. Now Lendeborg on the right wing, ball on his left hip. Trying to swing through, out to McGee. Open three, up top, off the mark. Rebound, Christian Coleman feeds the perimeter. McGee had it stripped by Okogie. Ball trickles to Johnson on the right wing. To Lendeborg, a right baseline against Danger. Facing up, jumper on the way. Off the mark. Another offensive rebound, though. Christian Coleman. Coleman gathers, and he scoops it in with the right.
2 offensive rebounds on that possession by Coleman. His activity on the glass, they need more of that.
47-43 Memphis. 14:35 to play. Haggerty high right into the corner of Okogie. Takes the baseline. Trying to wrap around to Jourdain. It's stolen by Butta Johnson. UAB left to right. Johnson to Lendeborg, the hub of the UAB attack. Settles at the left elbow. Shovel it to McGee on the left wing. Lob it to Lendeborg in the paint around Danger. Trying to wrap it to Coleman. Knocked out of bounds. Still UAB ball, 14 on the timer. Ezeguero and Tyron Moore return for UAB. Ezeguero playing with 3 personal fouls. McGee and Coleman check out. And P.J. Carter back in for Memphis, the sharpshooter. And Okogie gets a rest. And Okogie has made an impact. First start of the season for the injured Tyrese Hunter, and Okogie getting a nice ovation from the Memphis crowd here in Fort Worth.
Played so hard. He's given every single thing that he has while he's on the floor.
Johnson sends it in, more good look. Long 2 from the right corner is good from 19 feet. And UAB back within 2 at 47-45.
It's not great underneath out of bounds defense to just lose a shooter and allow him to shoot a wide open mid-range jumper.
Haggerty off a danger screen, stops at the right elbow. Jumper is good. He rattles it home. Haggerty with 14. It's 49-45 Memphis.
He just makes the game look easy.
Moore hustles into the forecourt. Moore from 10 feet. Floater is good over Danger. 49-47 Memphis.
Moore starting to heat up. Starting to get cooking.
He's got 9. Haggerty all the way to the cup from the left side. He is gesturing, wanting a foul. No whistle. Lendeborg churns his way left to right, all the way to the bucket, and he is fouled. So the whistle blows for Lendeborg, not for Haggerty at the other end. And the foul's on Dame Danger. That's his second. Later on, we'll select the smart coaching move of the game, sponsored by Prevagen. Prevagen, made for your brain. So Lendeborg at the line.
I think P.J. Haggerty made an argument because I think that it was the same amount of contact on both sides. However, I think the biggest difference is that Haggerty always complains on one end when he doesn't get the call, and referees get tired of seeing that. And Gax just continues to play and doesn't complain, doesn't look at the referees after not getting a foul call. He just continuously attacks, and typically, when you treat the referees with respect, you get rewarded.
Lendeborg missed the first free throw. He releases the second one. Good. 1-point game here in Fort Worth. 49-48 Memphis. 13:26 to go. Rogers bounds into the forecourt. High right in front of his head coach, Penny Hardaway. Guarded by Vasquez, who's nipping at him. Rogers down the left lane line. Rogers stops his dribble. Sends it to the perimeter, and Carter touch it to Haggerty. Haggerty guarded by Butta Johnson. High post left, Danger. Quick mover on Ezeguero, and a foul called. If it's on Ezeguero, that's his 4th, and that is the case.
And they have to get Ezeguero off of Danger, because every single time Danger catches the ball and has him isolated one-on-one, he is looking to cook. He is looking to go score every single time. They have to get Coleman back into the game and give him that look instead of Ezeguero on Danger.
Ezeguero checks out. Yes, Coleman back in. Guarding Danger. Haggerty down the right lane line. Shot blocked by Vasquez from close range. Memphis ball here, still 14 on the shot clock. Yeah, I mean, Ezeguero has the size to keep up with Danger, but certainly not the speed. Danger's so quick.
Doesn't have mobility at all.
Yeah. Feed it to Danger, guarded by Lendeborg. Lendeborg picks his pocket. A steal, left to right. Lindeborg barreling ahead, and a foul before he could scoop with the right hand. Foul called against Memphis and Colby Rogers.
Lindeborg is so impressive, Ted. I mean, his ability to get the steal on one end, take it coast to coast, draw the foul, playing the 5 position for UAB. There's no doubt in my mind, this young man is going to be an NBA player.
He's like a 6'9" guard.
Yeah.
Who can defend.
Super versatile. I mean, American Defensive Player of the Year. There's a reason why he wins that award. Plus the way that he can score the basketball, you're looking at a two-way player. In the NBA, no doubt they will love him because of his versatility.
Cisse back on for Memphis. Jourdain checks out. Baseline left, Butta Johnson in play to Lindeborg in the left corner against the smaller Rogers. Lindeborg takes him in down low. Now back to the perimeter. Tyron Moore off balance 3, off the mark. Long rebound to Haggerty. Haggerty storming ahead, right to left. Haggerty in too deep. He crashes into the camera hand behind the basket as he missed the layup. Back left to right. UAB with it. Moore fake the 3 up top. Vasquez, 3-pointer, top of the key. Long and left, and Cisse grabs the rebound for Memphis.
And you have numbers right there. 5-on-4. Haggerty was all the way back. You have to execute on those possessions if you want to win big games like this.
Haggerty feeds Danger, short corner left, back to the basket against Coleman. Danger powers into the paint, up and under, and he lays it in with the right hand.
One-on-one, he's so hard to guard, Ted. He takes his time, and he's never in a rush.
51-48 Memphis, under 12 to play here in Fort Worth. American championship at stake. Lindeborg top of the arc with it for UAB. To Moore, catch and shoot 3 from the right wing. Missed it to the left, and the rebound by Haggerty. Memphis right to left. Send it ahead to Rogers, right side of the floor. Rogers off balance, hanging, missed it off the glass. Cisse an offensive rebound, and he's fouled as he lands on his backside in the blue paint. That'll send us to an official timeout. Foul called on UAB, and we've got a break in the action, sponsored by Straight Talk. Need more data so you can stream your jam mix on loop? Switch to Straight Talk and get real unlimited data on a reliable 5G network. Straight Talk, available at Walmart or straighttalk.com. Memphis 51, UAB 48, 11:35 to play. You're listening to Conference Championship Week on Westwood One.
It's March matchup season at BetMGM. Ready to shoot your shot? Lock in your picks for this year's tournament with the sportsbook born in Vegas. Being on the sidelines is one thing. This March, get into the game with exciting state-of-the-art live tracking technology, exclusive sportsbook selections, and so much more. Check out BetMGM Originals for dozens of markets you won't find anywhere else. Take a shot at our exciting free-to-play games for your chance at scoring odds boost tokens, bonus bets, and many other prizes. Plus, new players can score up to $1,500 in bonus bets if their first bet loses. From the big dogs to the underdogs, March matchups at BetMGM is a player's best friend. Sign up to catch the excitement and experience college hoops like never before with BetMGM. BetMGM and GameSense reminds you to play responsibly. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 years of age and older. Colorado only. First bet offers for new customers only. All other promotions for existing customers. Subject to eligibility requirements and rewards may vary. Gambling problem? Call or text 1-800-GAMBLER.
Greg is a real Prevagen user, and this is his story.
Hi, I'm Greg. I'm not an actor. I'm just a regular person. 8 years ago, I just didn't feel like I was on my game. I started taking Prevagen, and I want people to know that Prevagen has worked for me. Give it a try. I want it to help you just like it has helped me.
Prevagen, at stores everywhere without a prescription. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Testimonialist was compensated for their time.
Wendy's has the official hamburger of March Madness, which means you get a fresh JBC or double stack for $1 with an in-app offer and a purchase. Because frozen sucks and fresh rules. The freshest deals in fast food gotta be Wendy's. Limited time only at participating Wendy's. Account registration required. Didn't think we could say that on the air, but as it is. Memphis 51, UAB 48, 11:35 to play. Second half here in Fort Worth. This is the American Conference title game. Ted Emmerich, King McClure with you. And I'll tell you what, it's quickly becoming truth that UAB has a problem in defending Dane Danger.
Yeah, one-on-one, you can't really guard him because he's just so he creates angles, and he's a big guy, so he creates angles based off his strength and his physicality. And if you add that mixed with the patience in the first step, that's extremely quick. I mean, he's a mismatch problem. I think that UAB has to send a double. They either have to do one or two things: send a double or allow Lindenborg to guard him one-on-one. Because the one time that they matched up about 2-3 possessions ago, he got the steal and was able to go the opposite direction and end up at the free throw line. So either you put big yaks on him or you send a double and force Danger to pass. But I mean, we've also seen tonight that Danger has the ability to pass, Ted. So Andy Kennedy is in for an interesting assignment or interesting adjustment. So we'll see what happens.
Danger with 14 points, tied for a game high with his teammate P.J. Haggerty. Also 9 rebounds, 3 assists for Danger. Couple of years at Baylor, 2 years at Illinois, was on the Illini's Elite 8 team a year ago, and such a critical part of this Memphis team that's going to the tournament. He and Lindenborg have their beef. It's played out on social media over the last couple of months, and they meet for the 3rd time this season. Now, the foul before the timeout was on Alejandro Vasquez, and P.J. Haggerty is ready to inbound from the left baseline for Memphis. 20 on the timer. 3-point lead for the Tigers. Trying to follow up their regular season championship with a tournament championship. Bounce it into Moussa Cisse in the short corner and hand it right back to Haggerty. Guarded by Vasquez. Swing it around. Okogie back in the game on the right wing. Now Danger guarded by Coleman. More shadows. Swing it back. Left wing 3 for P.J. Carter. That's pure. Carter doubles the lead. It's 54-48. UAB into the forecourt quickly. More high left to Vasquez in the left corner, guarded by Okogie. Down the baseline, off a spin. Pass deflected. Got it to Moore still. Now Lindenborg between the circles. Couple of dribbles. Handed off to Butta Johnson with Cisse on him. Haggerty on the switch. Now Moore against Cisse the big. Moore passes it up to Johnson. Left corner jumper from 2 is off the mark. Offensive rebound. Coleman with another one. Fresh 20. Moore swing it around. Right corner, Vasquez down the baseline. Runner over Cisse. Too strong. Dented the rim. Loose ball, left baseline. It's still loose, and it's picked up by Vasquez. So another crack at it for UAB. Johnson, a runner from the middle of the lane, is good. UAB finally cashes in.
Lindenborg and Coleman have been so active on the offensive glass. Both of them are the reason why that bucket was scored.
54-50 Memphis. Haggerty bullies his way past Butta Johnson. No, Cisse with a tip-up try. Boy, UAB players want to review. They think it's basket interference. Basket counts here, 56-50. Lindenborg between the circles. Down the left lane line. Defender hits the deck, and a blocking foul called against Okogie. That's his second. So Lindenborg ready to shoot free throws, and man, he's got his hands on his knees trying to catch his wind.
He's exhausted. He's having to do so much, Ted, because they're relying on him defensively to guard the opposing team's best big in danger. And then offensively, they have to play through him because he's the only person that can really initiate and generate offense consistently for this UAB team.
First free throw, too strong, off the heel. And Lindenborg winces a little bit. You know, he injured his toe and his back yesterday. Took a hard fall in the opening minutes of the semifinal against North Texas. Came back after a short absence and still gutting it out. Second free throw on the way. Front rim board and down. So UAB within 5 at 56-51. Exactly 10 minutes to play. Haggerty bobs up right to left. Into the forecourt to Danger. Right elbow against Lindenborg. Here comes the double kick it to Carter. Three-pointer off the back of the rim. Long rebound. Chased down by Okogie. Fresh shot clock for Memphis. Pass to Danger. Deflected by Lindenborg in front of the Memphis bench. Out of bounds. And it's ruled UAB ball. Boy, Memphis wants a review here. Memphis fans going insane. But it's ruled to be UAB.
In that time, Ted, you see Danger capturing that mid-post. Who was guarding him? Yax. Big Yax was guarding them. They didn't allow him to play one-on-one because they sent the second defender to go double, to not allow him to play one-on-one with Yax because they know Yax is tired. That's the adjustment Andy Kennedy has made so far.
UAB trails by 5, 56-51. Johnson hooks it. Left corner three. Tony! So nice they named him twice. He hits the three, and it's 56-54 Memphis. Tony's second three of the game. Danger handles it high left against Lendeborg. Takes him off the dribble. Danger, left-handed scoop, good. Driving right past Lendeborg.
Lendeborg is a little bit tired right now. So that's a matchup that I would look to attack every single time. He's having to do a lot. Make him guard, wear him down that way.
Danger with 16, and now a foul called on the perimeter against Memphis. As Jabari McGee was handling, looks like it's against Carter. And it's the 7th team foul against Memphis, so 1-1. UAB now in the bonus here at the 8:56 mark. Now Carter picked up his second, and Lendeborg, boy, he was at the line. He's like, wait a second. No, I'm not the one who was fouled. That's right. Oh, he turned to Jabari McGee and said, no, it's you. My bad.
He always wants to score. I don't blame him. I don't blame him at all.
So McGee at the line, just 67% on the year, shooting 1-1. First free throw is good. 58-55 Memphis. McGee has 8 points. The junior college transfer from South Plains in Levelland, Texas, about 5 hours to the west. Second free throw in the air, got that one as well. 58-56, Memphis by 2. Okoji trots into the forecourt, leaps and throws it to Rogers in the right corner. Rogers to the foul line, guarded by Tony. Bounce it to Haggerty, down the left baseline. Haggerty banks it in.
And Ted, you have to know that Haggerty is not shooting the three. He does not want to knock it down from deep. You have to close out. Give him space.
60-56 Memphis. Lendeborg trying to pass to Johnson on the perimeter. Stolen by Haggerty. Haggerty up the floor right to left. Haggerty savvy move. Up, under, good with a foul. He is on his backside along the right baseline. Shooting the air guns. Pop, pop, pop. One of the top scorers in the country. Makes it 62-56 Memphis. And he's got a chance for one more at the line.
He's just so good around the rim. I mean, that right there, jump stops. The defender flies in the air. He is falling down, Ted. Somehow gets the ball up in the air, gets the and one. PJ Haggerty just has a knack for putting the basketball in the rim.
And Haggerty switches the free throw. He's got 19. The lead is 63-56. Memphis matching their largest of the game. Johnson churns down the right lane line. Shot blocked out of bounds by Danger, who shakes his head, saying, no way. Boy, we're getting a look at the replay on our monitor. Danger got up too.
Just great backside help right there. You get beat on the drive. Know your big has your back. It cleans it up.
McGee has it on the right wing. Taking the pass from Johnson to the foul line. Spin move by McGee. Rejected again, this time by Musa Cisse. Out of bounds with 11 on the shot clock.
Oh,
good luck scoring at the rim with Cisse and Danger in the game together.
Yeah, that one was next level. We know what Musa Cisse does on as far as when it comes to rim protection. But that's a next level block.
Tony up top, 7 to shoot. To the right corner and McGee, back to Tony, catch and shoot, 3 ball on the way, off the front of the rim and the backboard, offensive rebound, Lendeborg, he puts it back in with a foul. The Axel Lendeborg going to work again, and he'll be at the line after the official timeout. It's 63-58 Memphis with 7:55 to go in the American Conference Championship game. You're listening to Conference Championship Week on Westwood One.
Our daughter Jessie loves playing detective.
A clue.
But since we discovered she has sensitive skin, we've been playing detective too.
We thought the problem was our puppy.
But it was actually our old detergent.
Aha.
So we switched to Tide Free and Gentle. Tide Free and Gentle provides an excellent Tide clean, and it doesn't leave behind irritating residues like dyes or perfumes, so it's gentle on your skin.
Case closed.
If it's got to be clean, it's got to be Tide Free and Gentle.
Ball above all. Am I right, y'all? Any questions?
Professor, NCAA Division I women's basketball is back. Are we ready?
You prepared to get loud? Rep your squad? Get your players hyped up to go all the way to the ship? Oh, you're ready. March Madness. Attendance is encouraged. Passion is mandatory. Buy your seats today at ncaa.com/WBB tickets.
Whether you're shaping up a small yard or tackling serious acreage, Steel walk-behind zero-turn and stand-on mowers are built to get the job done. Shop online or at your local Steel dealer. Steel, let's go mow. Available at participating dealers.
So, your small business is outgrowing your garage. You could go online, find a space, and get catfished. Or you could work with an agent who's a realtor, here to guide and help protect you from the surprises you didn't see coming. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors. Right by you.
Brad Heller in our Westwood One studios. One other conference tournament championship game going on. It's in the Big Ten in Indianapolis. Under 7 minutes to go, and points are hard to come by. Wisconsin, the 5 seed, leads the 3 seed Michigan 45-41. Both teams are shooting under 28%. Florida winning the SEC title first time in 11 years. That was also the last time they were number 1 seed. The Gators beat Tennessee 86-77. VCU wins the Atlantic 10, second time in 3 years by George Mason, 68-63. Yale going back-to-back in the Ivy League championship, beating Cornell 90-84. Back to Fort Worth, we rejoin Ted Emmerich and King McClure.
Brad, thanks so much. Right now, we pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Westwood One, your home for NCAA March Madness. Ted Emmerich, King McClure with you in Fort Worth, the American Championship game. Memphis 63, UAB 58 with 7:55 to go. Westwood One is once again your home for complete coverage of March Madness from Selection Sunday today on March 16th until the nets are cut down at San Antonio and Tampa. We'll bring you live exclusive action of both the 2025 NCAA men's and women's basketball tournaments on Westwood One and WestwoodOneSports.com. Memphis will certainly be there, no matter if they win today or not. UAB understands the assignment. They have to win if they're going to be in the field of 68. Within 5 here, and Yaxel Lindeborg at the line for one more, trying to cap off the three-point play.
Yeah, he's doing everything he can to keep his team alive. He's played so well, and I've been so impressed with how hard he plays. I mean, he doesn't take a possession off. He rebounds, he crashes the glass relentlessly. Offensively, he's looking to go play. Defensively, he's looking to get stops. He takes pride on that side of the floor.
Lindeborg's free throw in the air and good. And so it's 63-59 Memphis. 7:55 to go. Okogie starting for the injured Tyrese Hunter today, brings it up. Lob it to Haggerty, high left in front of us, being watched by Tony. Screen from Danger, whip it to Okogie, slants in, the kick to Haggerty, fake the three against Johnson. Over to Rogers, he lets it fly. That's off the mark. Danger soars for the offensive rebound. Layup no from the left, and the rebound secured by UAB. Lindeborg up the center of the floor, left to right for the Blazers. Lindeborg guarded by Danger. Chest pass left to Coleman. Into the paint, around Cisse. Layup no. Count the basket. Cisse got a piece of it on the window. It's a goaltend.
And that was all started by Lindeborg. He gets the rebound, pushes it. He could have ISO'd right there, but makes the right pass, which allows Coleman to get the advantage, take his time, and get 2 points.
63-61 Memphis. Nearing the 7-minute mark here in Fort Worth. Head of the key, Haggerty, now Okogie. He drifts left to right, center of the floor, guarded by Tony. Pivots and sends it to Rogers on the left wing. Down low, Cisse, 4 to shoot. Cisse turns, layup no, didn't touch the rim. Shot clock doesn't reset. Cisse dunks it in the end. Shot clock buzzer sounded before he dunked it, but the basket does count. 65-61 Memphis. Oh, my goodness. Left to right, Lendeborg trying to go reverse side layup. No. Lendeborg slow to get up. Haggerty blazing right to left. Haggerty lays it in off the glass, and it's 67-61.
I love how every single time Haggerty scores, he knows where the camera is immediately.
He's got a knack for scoring, and he's got a knack for entertaining as well. A timeout for UAB, and Andy Kennedy is giving Pat Adams an earful right now with that dunk by Cisse that happened after the shot clock buzzer sounded. He might have gotten it off in time, but Andy Kennedy is irate at the moment. Timeout, 6:21 to go in the American Championship. Memphis 67, UAB 61. You're listening to Conference Championship Week on Westwood One.
Some people just know they can save hundreds on car insurance by checking Allstate first at 888-ALLSTATE or allstate.com. Like you know to check your sunroof is closed first before driving through the car wash.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, no. Wait, whoa.
Yeah, checking first is smart. So if you want to save money, check Allstate first at 888-ALLSTATE or allstate.com. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Savings vary. Terms apply. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Greg is a real Prevagen user, and this is his story.
Hi, I'm Greg. I'm not an actor. I'm just a regular person. 8 years ago, I just didn't feel like I was on my game. I started taking Prevagen, and I want people to know that Prevagen has worked for me. Give it a try. I want it to help you just like it has helped me.
Prevagen at stores everywhere without a prescription. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Testimonialist was compensated for their time.
And that is why many of the greatest feats of fandom require you to be on your feet. Any questions?
Professor, NCAA men's basketball is back. Are we ready?
You prepared to show up, show out, give it 110 from tip to the final buzzer? Oh, you're ready. March Madness. Attendance is encouraged. Passion is mandatory. Buy your seats today at ncaa.com/MVB tickets.
Stay with us for the All-State postgame show on Westwood One. We'll check the final numbers, and you'll hear from a member of the winning team. Some people just know you could save money on car insurance by checking Allstate first. So what are you waiting for? Check Allstate first for a quote today. You're in good hands with Allstate. Got a great look on our monitor during the timeout. The Musa Cisse dunk that preceded the layup by P.J. Haggerty that made it 67-61 Memphis over UAB, 6:21 to go. Absolutely should have counted. It was the right call. It's just a weird play, King, in that late in the shot clock, literally in the final second of the shot clock, Cisse got his own miss, missed again, but his miss hit the rim, and as the shot clock buzzer sounded, it was in the process of being reset, and he dunked it home. Basket counts.
Yeah, the ball hit the rim with 0.4 seconds on the clock, so they didn't have time to reset it, so you still heard the shot clock go off, which UAB thought that it should have been a violation or shouldn't have counted. However, they made the right play. It just didn't have time to reset because it literally hit the rim at 0.4 seconds.
So the right call made, and Memphis followed that dunk up with the Haggerty transition bucket. 67-61 Memphis, looking for their 29th win of the year and a tournament championship to go with their regular season championship here in the American. UAB ball out of the timeout. McGee center of the floor, down low, Lendeborg. Scoop shot with the right. No, trying to follow. Loose ball at the perimeter, scooped up by Tony. Fresh shot clock for UAB. Bounce it to Johnson. Left corner three, rainbow arc. No good. Rogers looking for a rebound for Memphis, and a foul called against UAB as Rogers hits the deck.
Lendeborg looks like he's banged up right now. He looks like he's hurt. He's grimacing continuously. He's kind of sort of limping when he's walking down. He looks like he's a little bit banged up right now.
It might be the effects of the fall that he took early on against North Texas yesterday. He stubbed his toe, literally had to take his shoe off. The trainer was massaging the foot over on the bench, and they also got him a heating pack for his back. Rogers shooting 1-and-1, rattles around backboard and drops through. to make it 68-61 Memphis, but Lendeborg stays in the game, of course. You're going to have to drag him out at this point with an NCAA tournament berth at stake. Second free throw by Rogers, a swish. Largest lead of the game for Memphis, 69-61, 6 to play. Full court pressure, send it ahead to Tony on the right wing. UAB brings it across. McGee center of the floor, flip it to Lendeborg. Goes between the legs against Haggerty, picks up the dribble. Lendeborg pivots, finds Johnson on the right wing. Johnson slides to his left. Now to Lendeborg, backing down the guard. Haggerty, danger lurking. 5 to shoot. Kick to the perimeter. McGee, three-pointer is a brick. Offensive rebound. Coleman blocked. Danger. Right to left. The big man bringing it up. Danger all the way to the bucket for 2. Oh, and Danger's yelling all the way up the floor. At 255 pounds, Dane Danger, a dancing bear. And it's 71-61.
The fluidity and movement at 250, you wouldn't be able to tell he's that big.
Unreal. Butter Johnson in the right corner with it for UAB. Okoji pokes it away, and he commits a foul. And Okoji running up the floor, patting his chest. Really? You're calling that on me? But the foul with 5:05 to go. I can't get over Dane Danger's agility.
He's so good. He's so skilled. He's so talented. And you're right, the way that he moves at his size, you wouldn't look at a guy like Dane Danger and say, hey, you can move. You can actually come out here and you can get past the majority of guards. I mean, one-on-one, in transition, he was going up against the guard and was able to have the body control to still be able to finish it and not get it taken away or stolen. I mean, he's just a high-level player.
71-61 Memphis, 5:05 remaining, and we've got a stoppage here because check out the net on the rim to our right. Part of the net has somehow detached from those loops connected to the rim. And so it's a funky look with part of the back of the net just hanging. And we're going to have to bring somebody out with a ladder. In fact, it's passing right in front of us. Gentleman with a blue shirt and the Dickies Arena logo on the left side of the chest. He's going to have to climb that ladder and make sure, just like at home, when you put that fresh net on the hoop, that it's all good to go.
I don't know if I've ever, in all my years of watching
well, you
basketball,
never had to do that. I mean, a manager would do it at Baylor or something.
Okay, I've never seen that, though. Like, mid-game, all of a sudden the net comes loose. How does that even happen?
Yeah.
I mean, the way that it's tied in there and screwed in there, like, it should be very, very secure. How does that even happen in the game?
I be honest, I've never seen it either, but that's where we are in the American Championship game. Ted Emmerich, King McClure here at our Grainger broadcast position in Fort Worth. Gain a winning edge for your business with Grainger. You'll find supplies and solutions for every industry when you call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Memphis has its first double-digit lead of the game. The top seed, the regular season champs here in the American, up 71-61 over the 3-seed UAB Blazers, fighting for the automatic bid to the NCAA tournament. They're not getting in otherwise. Memphis certainly will with their resume. But, yeah, you got a guy on a ladder right now and just making sure that that net is affixed to the rim tightly. Got the little screw out, like you said, the way that these rims at this level, I mean, this is not your hoop at home, right? This is a different level with the tool that you need to make sure that that net is in there properly. You know, we've seen a few players at this end, especially with UAB crashing the offensive glass. Yeah, maybe when a player or two tugs that net down, but still, it shouldn't come that loose.
Yeah, it should never come undone. And that thing is in there tight. Because, you know what? Contrary to what you said earlier, I have done that before.
Okay, there you go.
And that's how I know how hard it is for it to come undone. Depending on, but a lot of rims are different, though. So I've done it on a few different types of rims. Some rims you have to, like, put a wire through.
Yeah.
To make sure, like, you basically you know, I don't know what I'm trying to use. But
no,
you know,
like feed that net through. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. But some rims are different. But it's hard to, moral of the story is, it's hard for it to come undone. And I don't know how that happens in a game.
Just picturing Scott Drew turning to you. King, climb that ladder. Take care of that. Butta Johnson shooting 1-1 after the stoppage, and he nails the first. So one more for Johnson as he cuts the deficit to 9, 71-62.
Knowing Scott Drew, he'd be too scared. It's a safety hazard. We can't risk anybody getting hurt.
No, not at all. That's why I said send the manager. They know what they're doing. So one more for Johnson. Bends his knees. Lets it go. Good. 8-point game. 5:05 left. 71-63 Memphis. Johnson with a dozen today off the bench. Okoji into the forecourt. Watched by Vasquez. Out front, Danger against Ezawaros. Had trouble with him today. Danger takes him off the bounce, and he floats it home just outside the lane right side.
Such great touch around the rim. If you get that switch, you can rise up over the top of you and knock it down.
73-63 Memphis. 4:36 to go. Lendeborg on the left wing, down the baseline against the smaller Haggerty. Now back to the basket. Picks up the dribble. Finds Vasquez. Touch it right side, and Johnson slashes into the paint. Layup, no. Blocked by Danger. Recovered by Lendeborg. His layup is no good from the left, but Lendeborg is fouled.
You look up, and Lendeborg has 16 points and 16 rebounds. His effect on this game has not gone unnoticed.
Fouls on Haggerty, his third. And so Lendeborg back at the line. He's 5 of 7 today. I mean, he had a 30-point, 20-rebound game in the quarterfinals against East Carolina on Friday. Followed up with 23 points and 13 boards yesterday in the semifinals against North Texas.
He's putting up video game numbers.
Lendeborg, deep breaths, couple of dribbles, eyes the rim, lets it fly, good. And Andy Kennedy says that Lendeborg had DMs from every Blue Blood program last offseason trying to get him. He said, just matter of fact, he could have been playing for Memphis this year, and yet he chose to stick with UAB. Second free throw is short. Rebound Cisse. 73-64 Memphis. 4:17 remaining. Haggerty hustles right to left. Down the left lane line. No, Cisse trying to follow. It's off the top side of the backboard, and the whistle blows. Man down for UAB at midcourt is Jabari McGee. He is face down and in a lot of pain, and Andy Kennedy, UAB's head coach, comes out onto the floor.
And he got hit with the ball screen, and the first thing that Andy Kennedy does is looks at the big Azuero, because that is on him. As a big man, you never allow your guard to get hit with the screen like that. You have to call that out and let him know, hey, screen coming, so he can avoid that, because right there, you call it a blindside screen. He hits him on his blind side. If you're not talking and you don't let your guard know, that is strictly on the big. The big sets you up for failure when he fails to talk. And I promise you that will be shown in film. And if I'm that guard and I get up and I'm okay, I'm going right to my big. Like, you got to call that out, man. You can't put me in bad positions like that.
I mean, the end result, and thankfully you hear the ovation now. McGee helped to his feet and walking awfully gingerly. He ran into a brick wall that just happened to be wearing the number 32 for Memphis, Musa Cisse. That is a hard shot, and it's the shot that you don't see coming because of the lack of communication.
Because you're on a full sprint, so you're picking up full court, and you're on a full sprint trying to cut your man off, and as soon as you turn your head and you turn your hips, the screen is right there.
Timeout here in the American Championship. 4:14 to go. Memphis 73, UAB 64. 4:14 remaining. You're listening to Conference Championship Week on Westwood One.
And that is why many of the greatest feats of fandom require you to be on your feet. Any questions?
Professor, NCAA men's basketball is back. Are we ready?
You prepared to show up, show out, give it 110 from tip to the final buzzer? Oh, you're ready. March Madness. Attendance is encouraged. Passion is mandatory. Buy your seats today at ncaa.com/MVB tickets.
Your business needed to hire someone yesterday. How can you find amazing candidates fast? Easy. Just use Indeed. With Indeed Sponsored Jobs, your post jumps to the top of the page for relevant candidates so you can reach the people you want faster. According to Indeed data, sponsored jobs posted directly on Indeed have 45% more applications than non-sponsored jobs. Plus, with Indeed Sponsored Jobs, there are no monthly subscriptions, and you only pay for results. Start at Indeed.com/credit.
So, you want to buy a house. You could go online, do your research, find the dream listing, go see it, and get catfished. Back to the drawing board. More scheduling, more viewings, more. This doesn't even look like the photos. You could finally find one that does match the photos. Then comes the offer. Stress rash? Yep, make that 3. And here's the paperwork. Yep, never-ending paperwork. It's a lot. But you don't have to do it alone. Because there's an agent who's a realtor here to guide and help protect you as you find the home that's right for you. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors. Right by you.
Join Westwood One Sports coming up at the top of the hour for the official announcement of both the 2025 NCAA men's and women's tournament brackets. It's Selection Sunday, hosted by Jason Horowitz, PJ Carlissimo, and Debbie Antonelli. Be the first to know where your favorite team is headed or if their bubble burst. Plus, you'll hear from many of the coaches whose teams will be in the big dance. That's Selection Sunday, coming up from 6 until 9 p.m. Eastern, right here on the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network. Yep, less than an hour away, we will know the entire bracket. There is either one spot or 2 spots remaining from the American. If Memphis wins, they're up 73-64 over UAB, 4:14 to go. The Americans a 1-bid lead, but if UAB can pull off the comeback here in the final few minutes, then it will be 2 bids from the American.
Well, if UAB wants to pull this comeback off, they're going to need somebody to step up on the offensive side. That's last name is not Lindenborg, because he's doing everything for them that he possibly can, and they need to generate some offense from somebody else.
I mean, Butta Johnson's the only other player in double figures right now for the Blazers with 12, and one of those guys that you can usually count on, Jabari McGee's on the bench after taking that hard screen from Musa Cisse, the one that Ezoero did not call out for his teammate. Cisse was fouled at the end of that play, and he is at the line for Memphis. Cisse struggles at the line. First free throw, front rim, board, and down. Just a 49% foul shooter on the year. It's actually better than his career mark at 43%. Bends his knees, releases, second free throw, oh, brick, long and left. 10-point lead for Memphis, 74-64, 4:08 to go. Tyron Moore back in for UAB, in for the injured McGee. Running the weave, Vasquez left to right, cut off by Danger. Pass too hot for Ezoero, and a steal by Memphis. Haggerty into the forecourt, high left, right in front of us. Lob it to Danger. Guarded by Johnson. Mismatch against the guard. Danger cut off. Over to Rogers. Right corner, 3 on the way. Give it to him. Colby Rogers puts 3 fingers near his eyes. Memphis up 77-64. UAB throws it ahead. Ezoero can't handle it underneath the basket. The Blazers turn it over, and Memphis can smell the tournament crown.
And UAB getting all out of sorts right now. They need somebody to get them under control. But on the flip side, that was a great pass right there by Danger. One-on-one had the mismatch. They thought they were going to send the double. Kobe Rogers on the backside gets wide open. Danger was able to find him. It's a high-level play right there.
Pass to Danger, deflected by Lindenborg. And out of bounds. Stick with Memphis. Tigers on a 14-3 run over the last 3+ minutes. They've hit 5 of their last 6 shots. Remember when they struggled offensively in the first half? Hard to remember that. Okogie down the left baseline. And Okogie fouled by Vasquez as he threw it to Rogers. That's Vasquez's third. Both teams in the double bonus here. And so free throws coming up for Baraka Okogie. The sophomore, again, the transfer from George Mason, making his first start of the year with Tyrese Hunter down because of the foot injury. Okogie's first free throw on the way, off the heel, no good. One more for Okogie, who was already playing more minutes this week with an injury to Dante Harris. Second free throw, rattles through. Memphis Lead continues to swell. It's 78-64 with 3:11 remaining. Johnson bounce it to Tony, touch it to Vasquez, left side. Tony right to the circle three, off the back of the rim. Rebound, left baseline, scooped up by Butta Johnson. Over to Vasquez, left wing three, short on the line drive. Okogie with the board, but a foul on Memphis. It's on Okogie, and that's his fourth.
This game is getting extremely physical, Ted. Referee's starting to call it really, really tight. You have to be able to adjust if you're a player.
Today's broadcast of Conference Championship Week on Westwood One is intended solely for the private, non-commercial use of our audience. Any reproduction, retransmission, or other use of this broadcast without the express written consent of Learfield and Westwood One is strictly prohibited. Johnson at the line, first free throw, got it. 78-65 Memphis. Johnson with 13 points to go with 6 rebounds off the bench. The junior from Huntsville, Alabama, Rocket City. Second free throw on the way, good. So it's 78-66, Tigers on top, 2:56 to play. Okogie with the 4 personals brings it up right to left. Pounded by Tony. Okogie uses a Danger screen, maneuvers left, trying to hand it to Danger. Okogie got knocked into it, a foul called against UAB. And it's on Lendeborg.
And it's just not a smart foul. I mean, a foul away from the basket when they're not even trying to score. It's just not a smart foul. If you want to get back in this ball game, you're down 12, and now you're allowing Memphis to just get 2 easy shots because you're in a double bonus now. Not a smart foul right there.
And it's Lendeborg's 4th. So Okogie right back to the line. First free throw in and out. Hasn't been to the line a ton this season. Again, has barely played. Coming in 5 of 13 on the year. He's 1 of 3 today. He exhales, he spins the ball, bends his knees, releases. Second free throw, good. 79-66 Memphis, and the Tigers call a timeout. 2:44 to play. So a timeout for Memphis, and they've got 2 remaining. Trying to complete the season sweep of UAB and the sweep here in the American to follow the regular season title with a tournament title. It's funny to think, King, this is a top 20 team in the nation, according to the AP poll, 16th to be exact. But the computers aren't exactly convinced. Memphis ranks 50th in the net, 52nd by Ken Pomeroy, the advanced metrics that the tournament selection committee does look at. And so when you evaluate Memphis's overall resume, the site bracket matrix sees Memphis as an 8 seed. Can you imagine that? A team at 29-5 on the year and potentially tournament champion and regular season champ. They could be one of those underseeded teams in the tournament.
Yeah, they're an 8 seed and they run across a 1 seed. I would not want to see that, Ted. I would not want to see them second round. That's a very tough draw.
And we will find out in literally a half hour exactly where Memphis will land. Could UAB land there? They need a huge comeback in the final 2:40. Down 13. Blazers have the ball. Tony, center of the floor, starts left, heads right, tracing the arc, hand off to Johnson. Cisse on the switch defending. Johnson hits a 3 over Cisse. 79-69 Memphis. Okogie sends it into Rogers. Back to Okogie. UAB picking up full court. Now backing off a little. Okogie crossing the timeline. Down low, Danger to the baseline against Lendeborg. Playing with 4 personal. Shot no good. Rebound UAB. McGee pitches it right side to Tony. Fake the 3. Backs it out. UAB trails by 10. 2 minutes to go exactly. Handed off Johnson. Inside the foul line. Feed as Aguero coming in from the right baseline. Shot no good, but a foul. So Ezoero steps to the line with 1:57 remaining. Fouls on Colby Rogers, his 3rd.
And we need more of that by Butta. It's the ability to be able to get into the paint because they know he's such a threat from deep. So they run him off the 3-point line. He gets to the the pain, and he's able to make the right decision and drop it off to Ezero. But they needed more of that. They needed another scorer to be able to help Yaks out in that department.
Ezero, the lefty, splits the pair. Cisse pulls down the rebound for Memphis, and he's fouled with 1:55 to go. It's against Butta Johnson, and that's his first. Again, both teams in the double bonus here, and just walking back up the floor for free throws now at this end for Moussa Cisse. Started his career at Memphis, a couple of years at Oklahoma State, last year at Ole Miss, and returned to Memphis as a fifth-year senior. Bends his knees, lets it go, no good, off the back of the rim.
You know, Ted, a not so bad strategy right now. Down 9 with a 3-possession game with a minute 55. I would consider fouling Danger and Cisse every single time they touch the basketball.
And with their struggles all season, no doubt. Second free throw by Cisse, right down the chute. It's like he heard you. Leads back to 10 for Memphis, 80-70, 1:50 to go. Jabari McGee is back in. Great to see after that hard screen earlier. Tony had it stripped by Cisse. Out of bounds off Tony. Cisse with the quick hands. He's nodding his head up the floor. The big man forcing the turnover.
When they bring him out of the game, smart play right there by Penny Hardaway. They know that he would probably get fouled if he stays in the ball game. So they bring him out, put another guard in there so that they cannot foul him.
They do leave Danger on the floor. Haggerty's fouled at midcourt by Johnson, who's trying to poke it free from behind. And if you're going to foul anybody, not that this was intentional or anything, this is the last player you want to foul on Memphis. Haggerty 5 of 5 today. In the American tournament this week, 3 games, he is now 29 of 30. First free throw here, got it. Make it 30 of 31 over the last 3 days.
He's automatic from the line. But what else can you be when you live there?
He was asked by ESPN's Alyssa Lang after that 42-point game in the quarterfinals, what is it about this arena where he had another standout game with Tulsa last year? He says, it's just March. It's time to hoop. Love that. Second free throw switch. 82-70 Memphis. 1:37 to go. Vasquez up the far side of the floor. Moves to the left elbow. Jumper well short. Coleman, an offensive rebound. Out to McGee. Left wing 3. That grazes the front of the rim. Another rebound for UAB. Vasquez poked away by Danger. Cisse secures it. Memphis has it. 1:20 left. Haggerty up the floor. Bumped by Coleman. Crossing the timeline. Swing it to Rogers on the left wing. Now a little keep away here as Memphis runs some clock. Memphis fans on their feet. They can sense it. 1:05 remaining. 10 on the shot clock for Haggerty. To Danger, right corner against the smaller McGee. Johnson shadows. Up top, Haggerty a deep 3 on the way. In and out. Loose ball taken by Danger. Attached from the left, and he banks it in. And Danger lets out another yell. It's 84-70.
Danger's been so good tonight. The consistency that he has provided his team with. Him and Haggerty are going to be a problem. You do not want to see these guys in the NCAA tournament.
Vasquez missed from close range for UAB. Offensive board for the Blazers out to Lindeborg. 3 ball up top off the heel. Lindeborg got his own miss. Lindeborg scoops it in with the right with 25.9 and a timeout for Andy Kennedy and UAB. It's 84-72 Memphis. Under 26 seconds to play. And yeah, King, Dane Danger with 22 points and 12 rebounds. Yet another double-double, back-to-back days now. Semifinals to the championship game. His 8th double-double of the season. All the Memphis fans right behind us across the way, they're soaking it in because Memphis is 26 seconds away from hoisting the trophy.
And they were able to do all of this without Tyrese Hunter in the mix. this is an impressive team. Very impressive team. And even though Ken Palm and the stats don't necessarily love, the numbers don't really love them, I still think when it comes to the eye test of just teams who you don't want to play in the tournament, this is a team that you do not want to see.
It's players.
Yes.
It's weapons. Like you mentioned, just Haggerty and Danger headlining this group. Not to mention all the role players, especially Baraka Okoji, who filled in for the injured Hunter. Like you said, this team is built to make that run that Memphis fans have been longing for. Tigers have not advanced to the Sweet 16 since John Calipari was the head coach back in 2009. Okoji brings it up. Final 20 seconds. Shot clock is dark. Okoji stepped into a big role with Tyrese Hunter down today, and he delivered, especially defensively. He's urging the crowd to make more and more noise here in Fort Worth. Final 3 seconds. 2, 1. That's it. Confetti shoots forth from behind both baskets. And the Memphis Tigers have proven that this year they're a cut above in the American regular season champions. Now tournament champions. The top seed, Memphis, knocks off UAB for a third time this season, and Memphis can celebrate before the bracket is revealed. 84-72 the final here in Fort Worth.
These guys played well. They were connected defensively. They got the stops they needed to. TJ Haggerty was great in transition. Okoji, honestly, maybe might have been the sneaky MVP just with his defensive presence and stepping in place of Tyrese Hunter. It took a whole team to be able to contribute and to be able to get this win.
84-72. And Dane Danger joins us now. Dane, first of all, congratulations on the win. Another double-double for you. What was the difference for you and the team in the second half after a bit of a sluggish start?
Man, just guarding our yard, man. Getting stops, getting kills. That was our focus, you know. We knew if our energy was right on defense, everything on offense would fall in line.
Dane, what makes this team special?
Man, just everybody's just willing to guard. You know, we got a lot of talent on this team. We got a lot of talent, but you know, we just had a talk last night about how talent just won't carry us. You know, it's the little things that we talk about: guarding, defending, rebounding, all the little stuff we work on in practice. That's what's going to get us to make a run.
Dane, what inspires you on the court? The emotion that you play with, especially after and ones, the too small. The emotion that just comes out of you, where does that come from?
Man, I'm just a competitor, man. I want to win. I know what winning looks like. You know, I've won at every school I've been at, so, you know, I know what it's like. I've been there.
Speaking of competitor, I mean, you were playing against one of the best bigs in your league.
Yeah.
It looked like you took that matchup personal, and you wanted to get the best of that. What was your mindset going into this game, knowing that he was player of the year in your position?
Just kill. The last 2 times, killed him. This time, same thing. So,
Dane, congrats again. All the best in the tournament.
Right.
Appreciate the time. And Dane Danger already has the American Championship hat. Just took it off. And, of course, you and Dane go way back. He was a Baylor Bear at one time before he continued his career elsewhere. And he said it. He's been a part of those deep runs, whether it's at Baylor, whether it's at Illinois, and now hoping to do it as a major contributor for the first time at Memphis.
He just understands how to win, and that mentality of just go out